What's up? What's up? What's up? Good morning, Brick World. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing out there? Hopefully, you're doing well. Um, I myself am having a pretty pleasant morning. I got up extra early today just because I couldn't sleep, but that's neither here nor there. What matters is I'm here right now with all of you. So let me go over a few things real quick. So lately on my streams, I've been writing like topics to kind of talk about. Um, Before, usually stuff was just kind of off the cuff. I just talked about whatever came to my mind. But I've generally been trying to have formats and certain things to kind of just talk about and see how it goes. And I've been enjoying it so far because it really helps structure the streams a little bit more. Also, as you can see, I'm by myself right now. I haven't sent out any invites or anything like that. So I don't know. Just even though I just talked about structure, I'm still kind of winging it a little bit. But I'll go ahead and let you guys know a few things I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to talk about Star Wars Visions. And I also want to let everybody know right ahead of time that I will be discussing small spoilers, I guess. I don't know. Uh, like for Visions, I haven't even seen all of them. I think there's like 2 or 3 left that I haven't watched yet. But I wanted to go over some of the individual stories, but I also wanted to go over just the overall structure of the show because it's I don't know. I'm not. I like it, the overall show, like as far as the individual episodes. Some other ones I think are pretty cool. But so I like the overall structure of the show, but it's jarring to me sometimes when you try and collide two different things into one. Sometimes they mesh pretty well, sometimes they don't. And some things about this just didn't mesh well for me. But anyways, we'll get into more about that later. I wanted to go over some new sets that are coming out and was curious, what ones you guys might be interested to get. What ones you guys think are just kind of dumb, and what ones you guys think are really awesome, whether you can get them or not. Uh, I was curious, maybe we could talk about CMFs because I heard something saying that there was going to be even like an extra line of CMFs for 2022. So I don't know the validity of of hearing that, but there were some things I was going to go over with the house. I'm still trying to figure out how I wanted to set up the Lego room when I get it, or when we move in. Uh, I wanted to talk to you guys about some Star Wars Black Series stuff because as a collector, there's something that I really, really, really want to get, and I don't know if I should get it or not because it's not really, really expensive, but it's not cheap either. So I don't know, it's just something I wanted to go over and talk about and get everybody's opinion. Also, I've really been itching to do this, and it's been difficult because I just don't have space or time or anything right now. But I really want to try and dabble back into drawing and see if I'm going to be able to do it or not. And for those that don't know, what I'm talking about is one, I haven't drawn anything, like really, actually, seriously drawn anything in quite a while. I mean, probably at the very least, a year. And even that last time when I was drawing, and I think I even have a video of it or a stream when I was drawing. I was just trying to draw like, Lego minifigures, like sig figs, stuff like that. And I don't know. But before that, the last time I really, really drawn something, because I do like to draw. I've been drawing most of my life. And something I started really getting good at is like hyperrealism portrait work and stuff. Um, I'll show you guys here. Let me write this down so I can remember to show you guys some stuff. Um, show chat artwork. So that way you guys can see some of the stuff that I've worked on in the past. Anyways, I've really been kind of wanting to get back into it, but I have diabetes and I have neuropathy, in my right hand, which is the hand I draw with. So my pinky is really kind of going to shit. And then my ring finger is kind of getting a little bad, but because of that, it's hard to draw. I've lost a lot of dexterity and strength and my fingers, so it just makes it really difficult. However, I love to draw. I really want to kind of get back and see if I can do it again. So I was gonna ask everybody's opinion. I wanted to kind of take a vote on what to draw. So I want to draw either a hyper realism portrait of somebody, or I wanted to draw a helmet, a Star Wars helmet. And that's really about it. So I was gonna, like I said, do kind of like a poll vote, something like that, and see what you guys wanted. But not right now. So don't throw out anything right now because I'm probably not gonna see it. I haven't even like said hello and good morning to you guys individually. And that was and the last thing I was kind of maybe wanting to discuss was what if. But I don't wanna I don't know. Because I don't know if a lot of people have seen the last episode yet. And I don't know if I don't mind talking some spoilers about Star Wars Visions, but I don't know. I still maybe wanted to give some people maybe some more time to watch What If, but I don't know, man. It came out Wednesday, so today's Sunday. I mean, I guess it's a few days good enough to check it out. Anyways, okay. Before we start blabbing, let me say hello to everybody real quick, and then I'm going to throw out some invites, and then yeah, then we'll get to blabbing. So Blocksmith Forge, good morning to you. How are you doing? Will, how are you? Good morning. I just like to say SETI. Is that cool? Can I just say SETI? Yeah, because you're the one that's got that awesome Batman logo. I love that thing. Macro, good morning to you. Good morning, Vietnam. Yeah, that's such a great movie. Robin Williams, man, rest in peace. Lego Brick Investments, hello, good morning to you. Hive Be Live, yes, I do. Johnny G, how you doing? Good morning. He says, morning, the day just ended here. Oh, yeah, I know. That's the crazy thing about having, it was a whole international thing, is because, yeah, it's good morning for me, but it might be good evening for somebody else. But, I don't know. Maybe I should make the title good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Brick World. Is that too much? Coffee, yep. Do you do commotions? Oh wait, or you mean commissions? Message me if you're interested. Yeah, I used to quite a lot actually. Well, yeah, kind of a lot. I mean, I didn't see, the reason I never got a job in art is because I procrastinate. When I do draw, I draw at my own pace. You know what I mean? I don't, because once you do it for money, then you have to, as you should, you have to pick up the pace a little bit. You know what I mean? Because I was gonna actually do tattoo work, and I guess fate or whatever, it didn't happen for multiple reasons. But even if it did, I don't know even then if it would have been a good job for me. I mean, yeah, it would have been fun. But again, I'm just one of those people when it comes to creativity and drawing. It just I don't know. I don't know for sure. So, anyways, but I have done a lot of commission work, whether it's been for. There's been a lot of people that have started businesses that have asked me to draw them a design or a logo. I've done tons of stuff where I've done portrait work for people or their pets. So, I mean, let me see. All right. No. Okay. See, I'm going in different directions now. Let me finish saying hello, and then I'll show you guys some of the work I've done. Nice Dunkin' Donut product placement. I know, man. They should really sponsor me for as much as I show their cups on the streams. SETI is Seth. Yeah, I know. I never remember that. So I'll try to remember just Seth. I just have a bad memory sometimes, and the Batman logo throws me off. Macro says, I got a small project. It would be like the size of a phone or smaller, easy money if you're interested, or use software if you would like. No, definitely. We'll definitely definitely message me about it, Macro. And I mean, I'm interested. Um, Hold on, I'm trying to get to my page because I have some artwork that I put on Instagram before, but I mean, put hundreds of pictures on Instagram, so it's like I don't know how long it would take me. Oh, well, actually, here, we'll start here because this isn't a drawing, but I've done some 3D pumpkin carving, and I can show you that. So let me share the screen real quick. Okay, and I'll put it on full screen. All right, so here is the pumpkin one of the pumpkins that I've carved before. I've done a few of them, but again, I work at my own pace, and like when you carve pumpkins, you can't really work at your own pace. Like you gotta carve this thing because it's gonna go bad if you don't after a certain amount of time. So I really did like this one a lot. This was I came up with the idea where I was like, well, it'd be pretty cool just to have a face behind a jack-o'-lantern face. And at first I was thinking like, well, how could I do the whole thing? And then I realized I couldn't. I probably could if I got even more creative. Maybe I could have made the jack-o'-lantern like if I had a whole piece, I could have like made it so you can take it on and put it back on, or take it off and put it back on. But at the time, I just did what I did. So I basically cut half of the front off, carved all this, and then this was actually difficult on this side because when I carved it, I had to very intricately kind of go under as far as I could. And same thing with like the nose. I wish I had a side picture. Um, I don't I don't think I did though. Oh yeah, I did. Look, there we go. So you can see a little bit where I basically had to get my knife and just carve, like I said, carve in the inside as deep as it would go. Oh, here's another one. Oh yeah, cool. So this was actually I think the first pumpkin I ever carved. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was my first one I ever did. It was fun. Um, and I've messed around with clay and stuff too, but just I don't know. There's something about carving pumpkins that's just really, really fun. So let me scroll down. I know I've got to have some of my artwork in here somewhere. Because I remember posting. So I apologize. Just give me just a minute. I know there's some in here. Hold on. Oh look at my Batman with my mask, right? um. Oh, okay. Yeah, here we go. Here's my dad's dog that I drew. He had what are the wiener dogs? The Dachshunds. So this was his doggy that I drew. Um, yeah, I was really proud of this one. I tell you, man, fur is really difficult to draw. Like, and I am super happy with all of this, and I'm pretty happy with this. But but down here, I wasn't really happy with all this. I don't think I got it to look the way I wanted it to. Um, so let's see here. What was this? Oh, this is when I was telling you about me drawing the sig fig and stuff. So that was I think yeah, that was a speed video I did. Um, and of course, I drew the bee on my logo, the cyber bee, and a buddy of mine he put it on the brick. Okay, so I drew this skull with the horns right here. I don't think I can make it bigger though. This was a portrait I did. This was a very early portrait I did of a couple that got married. And this is also for a video. If you are curious, I do have a video of my artwork. I call this one the light side. It's all nice portraits and stuff like that. I should just show you guys a video, but so, and then I have one called my artwork dark side, which is like, you know, stuff like this skull, just demonic looking stuff that I've drawn before. This is kind of hard to see, but this is a portrait of my daughter when she was really young. I think she was like 6. Oh no, this is around 4 years old. Yeah, so yeah, she was pretty young at the time. This is a picture of Iron Man. I started to draw and I never finished. Let's see. So this is a drawing I called Teeth. Just weird, random type stuff that makes no sense. You know, like just like this one. I drew a lot of inspiration when it comes to stuff like this. I drew a lot of inspiration from H.R. Geiger, the guy that designed, the aliens from the Alien movies, the xenomorphs. Here's a, what do you call it? I'm drawing a blank right now. It's a flower, but I can't remember what flower it was. When I was drawing, in my heyday, I really, oh, look at this. I used to have this and I sold it. Man, I miss it so much now. I regret selling it. Here's another Cyber Bee that I drew. This is actually, I'm getting ready to put this on like a t-shirt and stuff like that and try and get some merch out. I'm trying to find some more. All right, so this is another early portrait of my daughter when she was really young. Oh, okay, so this is the first portrait I drew of my daughter. Yeah, it's just been a long time. This was something I drew for Mrs. Hive. I asked her one day. I was like, hey, what would you like me to draw for you? She's like, yeah, draw me a fairy. I was like, okay. But she was like, yeah, draw me a fairy with like black. She wanted the drawing to be black and white with a little bit of color. So that's why I got just the red lipstick and then the wings. Oh yeah, here's another cyber insect. A jumping spider. I thought it'd be pretty cool to do a jumping spider with like hydraulic legs. So this snow leopard, I actually finished it. I'll have to try and find the finished version of it. But yeah, it was just funny, and I wrote up here on the caption too about it because I asked my daughter, and this was years ago, and I asked her, I was like, "Hey, give me something to practice draw," and she went, "A snow leopard." And I was like, "God dang, man!" I was like, "Couldn't give me anything easier to try and practice." So overall, all this stuff right here, I was pretty happy with. I didn't really like the nose. I wasn't really happy with the nose, but the mouth and the snout, is that what is this the word? A muzzle? I don't know if that's the right word. Whatever this is right here. I was really happy with how I did this, and but look, I'm my own worst critic. It's just that's just how it is. This is right here. This is a ghost geisha that I drew years ago. I was really happy with this as well. I was really happy with how it turned out, except for I didn't like a lot of the headdress stuff that I put on her. Like these, and I drew this from a lot of it I drew from an actual portrait of a geisha, and these were the types of things that were in her head or her hair. And I like the flowers. I was pretty happy with those. I didn't like the things that hung down. I just don't think I did a good job with that. I do like these pins, I guess, one on each side. I can't remember if I added that or if I embellished it. Because this thing here was also in her hair. And I was okay. I did an okay job with that. The skull is obviously that was all me. And her hair, I decided since, she was a ghost to have her hair more like vapor, like start off looking more realistic and then turning into vapor. So overall, I was pretty happy with it. There's a lot of people that like my artwork. This is one of their favorites. And I mean, I wish I could really blow this thing up because I did do a really good job with like a lot of the individual hairline pieces here. Um, but yeah, it's one of my favorite ones. Here's another picture of that one like demon that I drew. I guess you'd call it. Honestly, if you asked me what it was, I couldn't tell you. A lot of times, stuff like this that I draw, I literally just I start drawing like teeth or something, and then I just start adding on to it, and then it just kind of turns out to look however it turns out to look. I really can't tell you when I started drawing this that this was what I envisioned when I started drawing it. It just kind of morphed into what it was. It's not like, when I draw the bee or if I draw a portrait. Here's some roses I drew for Mrs. Hive when we first started dating. I was pretty happy with them. For me, it's all about shading. Color work for me is I'm okay with colors, but for me, I am a big person on shading. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Here's some stuff. All right, so this is a self-portrait I drew of myself. Except for obviously I'm not a Terminator. I just did that because I just thought it looked cool. But yeah, this is a self-portrait I did of myself when I was like, I don't know, maybe my mid-20s. Yeah, I think I was like maybe 24 or 25 when I drew this. This is my cat, or I should say my wife's cat. And I was really happy with how it turned out, especially the eyes. It turned out better than I thought. Yeah, man, fur is just really difficult to draw. I mean, like hair is difficult to draw, but fur is really, really difficult to draw because usually animals have all these different colors and just the way it flows around their bone structure and everything, and like their ears and even the whiskers. Like when I drew this, you can kind of see where some whiskers are, but like on this side, I just didn't have. I don't know. I remember looking for like a white pen or something that I can really highlight whiskers coming out on this side, but I just didn't have anything. It was a little easier over here because I can use a lot of the shading to help highlight them. And here's a portrait of Audrey Hepburn that I drew. I've just always thought Audrey Hepburn was just a very beautiful woman, in a extremely very classy way. Um, I just thought that she just really, really portrayed grace and beauty. I don't know. I just very, very beautiful woman. So one day I was just like, yeah, I want to draw her. And for the most part, I'm happy with it. But even looking at it, especially now later on, I can tell where I just don't feel like I got a lot of the things structured right. Like the eyes don't look completely centered the right way. The nose is a little crooked. I'm very happy with how I did her hands. I'm very happy with that. I do like the I forgot what you would call it. It's not cotton, but just the way I did the shading for the inside of her collar. But the collar itself, I'm not really happy with. I don't know. It's just me nitpicking at it. Here's one of my favorites. This is Zoe. Obviously, when she was a lot younger, because now she's got a lot more gray. But this is a portrait of Zoe I drew, and I love our dog so much. She's such a silly dog. And the thing that's so funny too is, so this ear like kind of folds over normal, but this ear like kind of sticks up. Like it just does it all the time. This wasn't like she looked up at something and her ear perked up. It just, her ear is always like that. It's just silly. I really want to do another portrait of her because the paper that I did this on was just, I don't know, it wasn't that good. So I just feel like it doesn't really highlight my drawing that well. This one right here was, so I'm a Pisces and I've always liked living around water. So I just thought it would be a really cool idea to have this koi fish jumping out of the water and then the wave as a hand, painting it. I don't, the rose doesn't really like symbolize anything that I can remember. It just I just thought it'd be funny for the fish to have a rose in its mouth. I was really into drawing koi fish for a while. I don't know if it's because I was really into drawing scales and stuff, but I don't know. It's pretty cool though. I like it a lot. I especially, because again, color work is not my forte. I am not the best at colors. So I thought this one turned out pretty good overall. I was pretty happy with the way the water looked and the highlights. The coloring with the fish was good. I even liked just the background where I didn't have to have any details. It was just the almost like a setting sun kind of picture, background. And of course, here's my original picture of the brick hive bee before my buddy, threw it and like scanned it and then put it on the brick and everything for me. But yeah, that's what it was. Still one of my favorites. I think that's probably why I use it for the logo. I just look, I'm my own worst critic, but I can tell you when I am happy with something, I have no problem patting myself on the back. And for the most part, I could still nitpick this a little bit, but for the most part, I was so happy with how it came out. I just feel like I made it so realistic looking, not just because of the shadow, but even like just the highlights on the bee and everything. The only thing I kind of wish I would have done better is I wish I would have maybe put a little more silver or something on its wings so it looked more like metal. I mean, I guess it still does, but not as much as I'd like it to. I think that might be all the artwork that I put on here. Yep. So let me get back to the chat so I can talk to you guys. All right. Whew. All right. Woo, man, we just went through a lot of artwork. Okay. Let me get back to the chat real quick. That way I can say hi to everybody. All right. Who else is in here? Let me go back down the chat. Like I said, Macro will definitely talk. Gizmo, good morning to you. Sai, good morning. He says that's hot. Thank you. Open build repeat. Good morning. How are you? That really sets Halloween mood. Yeah. I think sculpting is harder than drawing. I haven't decided yet, because the cool thing about sculpting that I just never knew until I started sculpting was when you start sculpting stuff, you don't have to shade like when you draw, because the sculpting already creates the shading. It just blows my mind. And that's also like the cool thing about like tattooing as well. The way that you shade in tattooing, it's not the same thing as sculpting, obviously, but just the way you can shade in tattooing is it's wonderful. It's a wonderful way to shade. I can't quite describe it. Only thing I can draw is bathwater. That's funny. Hey, BFAB, what's up? Oh, selling my nudes is art. Man, BFAB, nobody wants to buy that. BFAB, I hope you're doing well today. As soon as I get off my butt and send invites, I'll send you one. Hive drew the photo of the couple getting married and then they got divorced. I couldn't tell you. I don't even know. I didn't even know the couple. I went into a I don't know if it was like a Office Depot or a Kinko's or something, man. I went in there to make copies of my artwork, and I was getting copies made, and the cashier was looking at my artwork, and she was like, complimenting me on it and everything. And a lady that was a customer behind me started looking at it, and she's like, "Oh, my daughter's getting married. Would you do a portrait, blah blah blah?" And I was like, "Okay." So, anyways, but that's how that got started. So I have even no idea what happened with the drawing or the couple. Iron Man looks mad, like he has to prove. Lotus, yes, I believe it was a lotus. Seth. I don't think it was an orchid. Blacksmith. I can never draw faces well. It just takes practice. And again, it's been a while, so now I'm not sure how well I can do it either. Thank you, Macro. Practice, right? Yeah, man. I thought like when I asked my daughter that, like she'd just say something easy, and like the first thing that she popped in her head was like snow leopard, and I was like, God, yes. Yeah. I'll have to try and find the more finished picture of it. I didn't do too much. I just did the head, but at least I finished it. And I got the ears done, and it's all black and white except for the eyes, and the eyes are blue. Hey, Redmond, what's happening? Good morning to you. You have lots of talent. She's trying to draw 10 minutes a day. Maybe your hands could handle that. Yeah, and Seth, what's crazy is like because when I'm like really getting in drawing, like when I'm drawing, man, like I'll draw for hours, and I mean like there's been sometimes I've drawn for you know I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but like 5 to 8 hours just almost straight through. And the thing about if I'm just casually look, if I'm see if you guys can see a little bit, all right. If I'm just casually like just drawing something really easy, like something cartoonish, you know what I mean? Um, you guys probably can't really see this right now, but I'll show you in just a second. Um, but like if I don't really have to put much thought into it, it's no big deal. It's not really a big deal at all. So like this is something I could probably draw almost blindfolded because when I was younger, especially like in school, because I had such a hard time paying attention in school, you know, and I would sit there and just doodle in my notebook or whatever. So again, I'm not trying to draw something very detailed right now. I'm just trying to make a point, and then I'm going to show you. All right, so I don't know how long I've been drawing right now. Like what, maybe a minute, like 2 minutes tops, right? All right. So in like 2 minutes, I could draw something really basic and simple. Okay. So you can obviously tell it's just some goofy cartoon looking dude, big eyes, big mouth. That's nothing. Again, that's like warm up stuff. But when I'm drawing like Audrey Hepburn or like a self portrait or like or even like the bee, like I'm so focused while I'm drawing this stuff. Like after a couple of hours, you know what I mean, of drawing, I literally feel like I've run like a mile. because it takes a lot of energy. It's the same thing like if you're going to college and you're cramming books, like for a test and stuff, like, you got to keep energy, you know what I mean? But you'll feel drained, like physically, after studying like all night and day or whatever. Same thing, same philosophy. Um, so yeah, it's a lot. Um, so yeah, definitely drawing just a little bit a day would probably be good, but obviously I don't have a lot of time. You missed your calling. Kind of, man. Like I said, I've made some pretty decent money here and there. And and I'm not good at it anyways. I feel like I'd need an agent or something if I had artwork as a business. Now, the tattooing stuff, tattoo artists that I've talked to, have pretty much told me, like, with the kind of work that I've done with the hyperrealism portrait stuff and like animals and people and all that, after a certain amount of time, like I could probably make $150 to $250 an hour tattooing that kind of stuff. Um, you obviously have to go through apprenticeship and get a name for yourself, but again, that's a big thing to do. And I know it sounds like maybe it's not, but a lot of apprenticeships, you don't really get paid. It's just you've got to, I don't know, man, be basically kind of a gopher. And then a lot of apprenticeships that I've been told about and stuff like that, you don't even start tattooing until maybe like a year into it or something like that. So it's something that you've got to be able to do and still maintain a job and keep up with things, or start when you're really young. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. It's not something that I was destined to do, and that's fine. It's very okay. When's the auction? I will say this. I am going to eventually make prints and stuff like that, and go to art shows or something like that, and maybe make a booth. I've thought about maybe one of the brick fairs, selling some of my stuff, even though most of it wouldn't even really be Lego related. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't have a lot of time to sit around and mess with it. Some more people have jumped in, and I'm getting behind on the chat. I apologize. BFAB says some people say I look like Audrey Hepburn. Really? Wow. You are very classy, BFAB. Very beautiful in a classy way. EB Bricks, yeehaw! What's going on? Good morning to you. Macro says mind blown. Oh, thanks, Macro. I appreciate that, man. Shy, what's up, Shy? Shy time is my time in the house. How you doing, brother? BFAB, you been following me? um. Hey, what's up, Doc? How you doing? Oh, EB Brick says, anyone seeing me? Yeah, man. Sorry, I'm just blabbing my mouth, and it's hard to keep up with the chat. I apologize. And I still haven't thrown out any invites yet. That's good for 2 minutes. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Oh, yeah, BFAB. I heard you're vegan. When is that land speeder coming out? Man, I don't particularly care because I'm just not interested. Look, I say that now, I might eat my words later and be like, oh my gosh, that thing is wonderful looking. Yeah, it probably will be. Hey, what's up, Chef? Good morning to you. All right. So that's the artwork stuff. So I guess since we're on the topic of artwork stuff, like I said, I'm trying to figure out how to do this poll because I would like to take another stab at maybe trying to do another hyperrealism portrait, which of course I'm going to video. I don't know, stream, video, maybe both. I'm not sure. So I either want to do a hyperrealism portrait of somebody, or I want to draw a Star Wars helmet, which I guess would be kind of a portrait anyways, because like let's say you pick like a 501st Clone Trooper helmet. It's not like I would just draw the helmet. I'd probably draw the helmet and then like, shoulders or whatever. I'm not drawing like a whole person. So like if you do pick, 501st helmet, don't think I'm drawing like the whole person. It's just kind of a bust drawing. But I'm trying to figure out if I should I do like a poll? Should I do a poll here? Should I just pick like a handful of stuff? I don't know how I should do this, man. Because there's a lot, like Star Wars helmets, there's a lot of different Star Wars helmets. And as far as the portrait, like that could be anybody. Like let's say that you're a big basketball fan and you're like, yeah, I picked LeBron James, draw LeBron James. I don't know if I picked LeBron James, but you never know. Darth Gurjira, what's up, brother? How you doing? Seth says poll. You know how I feel about clickbait thumbnails. Yes. I hate them dang clickbait thumbnails. All right, let me get some invites out, because something else we're going to be talking about here very shortly is Star Wars Visions. So I will let you know, even though we're not going to be talking about every episode or anything like that, we will be talking about some episodes, and they are going to have some spoilers. Why did that not send? Why did that not send? There we go. Because there's some stuff I want to talk about with this. I don't know if it's going to be like hot takes or not, but there's some stuff that I want to talk about. You know what? I forgot. Lego Mike, are you out there? I remember hearing Lego Mike wanted to be on Good Morning Brick World. So, Lego Mike, if you're out there and you want to be on Good Morning Brick World, send me a message on Instagram so I can get an invite out to you. What do I want to talk about Star Wars Visions for? Well, I don't know. Look, I should really actually open my phone up and look at the names of each episode, because I can't, I don't remember all of them and all the names and this and that. So let me get a couple more of these out, and then I can get to talking. Get to talking. Some people say get to stepping. I'm going to get to talking. And, I don't want anybody to think like I'm going to rant, really. It's not really a rant. Just more of an observation. And, I like to talk. All right. So, I can't remember how many of those I sent out, but that should be good for right now, I guess, unless I see somebody. All right. Let me open up Disney Plus real quick, and that way I can talk about it a little bit better. Because I watched most of the episodes, and there was a couple of them I thought were actually really good. And then there's a couple that I thought were okay. And the rest of them are just like, eh. All right, so the first one I watched was The Duel. What's up, Sai? Good morning. Wait, did I say good morning to you, Sai? Well, if I did, good morning again. Oh, for the last week, really? Interesting. Because I can't remember if I saw him since last week. Well, Lego Mike, if you're out there, hit me up, man. Blocksmith says draw Mrs. Hive as Phasma. Actually, something that I did want to do for her eventually was, she's a huge Wonder Woman fan, so I was going to draw Gail Gadot, Gail Gadot, Gadot, Gadot. I never know how to say her last name right. But yeah, draw her as a portrait as her as Wonder Woman. Anyways, okay. So the duel was awesome. So everybody, we're gonna be talking about some spoilers, okay? So if you haven't watched Visions and you don't want to be spoiled about anything, come back and watch the stream, later. I'm sorry, but I really want to talk about it. So first of all, kudos to them for making interesting weapons, like interesting things to do with the lightsabers. Because the Sith, because I don't even really feel like I have to talk about other spoilers, but regardless, because the Sith in that episode, basically she had something that looked kind of like an umbrella without the cover. I don't know any other word to describe it. So she could, she had her lightsaber in it, and then like there's a pole, and then connected to that pole was individual poles, and they all had like the lightsaber stick out of it, so she could spin it, and it was just a really cool weapon. I don't know exactly how it works, as far as like transferring the lightsaber beam and, but regardless, it doesn't matter. So I really, really enjoyed that episode a lot. I thought the choreography for the fighting and stuff was really cool. The characters were really cool. The art was really cool. So I really enjoyed that one. There was a pretty cool twist to it. The next one I watched was episode 3, The Twins. And when I watched that one, it really hit home of some of the things that I don't like about anime. Okay. Now, to give you a little bit of history, anime that I used to like watching the most was more realistic anime. Okay. Stuff like Ghost in the Shell. These are older anime. I mean, so I don't know if you guys would know which ones they are or not. If you don't, you can look them up. I actually highly recommend you guys watch them if you're interested in stuff like this. But Ghost in the Shell, not like the ones that was on Adult Swim and everything, but I'm talking about like the first Ghost in the Shell anime. Ninja Scroll. Dude, if you got a weak stomach, I wouldn't watch it, but it's really awesome, man. Really awesome stuff. Akira, that's like the grandfather of anime, like the big one that started not the first, but just the big one that started it becoming very popular. So anyways, I like those more realistic ones. I like stuff like Dragon Ball, and all that, but the thing that bugs me about those is when I'm trying to get the right word, man. When they go over the top with the emotions and the dialogue and I'm going to get you, blah, blah, blah. Like just all that stuff, man. It just makes me twitch sometimes, right? So that episode definitely really had a lot of that going on in it. And again, we're gonna get into a little bit of spoilers, man. But one of the biggest things, and I know it's a cartoon, man, but like one of the biggest things I was thinking about watching that episode was like eventually they're fighting in space with no helmets. Like what? Like, how are you breathing? Like okay, you can move the force, or use the force to like move, because you would be also be like, how's come you guys are in zero gravity? Like, how's come I get it, you can use the force maybe to move around and stuff like that, but like, how are you breathing? Because it wasn't like you're out there for a minute, like you're holding your breath. Like they were talking, like And again, how are you even hearing each other? You know what I mean? But they're talking and fighting in space. Like, I don't know. And then the last thing, like in the fight or whatever, is the way they use the hyperdrive. You know what I mean? The jump the light speed. I'm like, what? What? Like what? Dude, like even for a cartoon, it is so absurd. I couldn't wrap my head around it, man. So again, I'm gonna spoil this. So close your ears. The boy twin is on the front of the X-Wing with his lightsaber. And I can't remember what they call it as mech droid, as Astro droid, but it was almost like R2. But whatever it was, jumps into light speed. So he's cutting the Star Destroyer as they're going into light speed. But he's on the nose of the X-Wing while it's going into light speed. And he survives. Dude, I don't care how strong in the Force you are, man. No Jedi or Sith is surviving that. So that was that episode. All right, the next one I watched was The Village Bride. I thought that was a very beautiful looking episode. The artwork. I thought all around, it was good. I can't remember if that was one of my favorites or not, but I thought it was really well done. So nothing really bad to say about that one that I can think of. That I can think of. I should have taken notes. Because I feel like there was something towards the end and I was like, what? Yes. All right. So I saw Will said The Ninth Jedi was good. Yes, that was the next one I watched, The Ninth Jedi. The Ninth Jedi, I think, was one of my favorites. Very good. Very, very good. The story, the pace of it, the characters, the twist. It was really, really good. Another thing I thought was pretty interesting about these is they kept them really short. Like basically like 22 minutes is like the longest one, but most of them are right around like 15 minutes. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, Ninth Jedi was good. The next one I watched was The Elder, which I liked that episode. The only thing that was driving me crazy was the Jedi, the Master, not the Apprentice, but the Master Jedi. I just thought he just made dumb decisions in that. Like just really dumb decisions, like letting the Apprentice go off alone and stuff like that, knowing there's clearly something, a dark presence, that carries a lightsaber and blah blah blah. I don't know, man. I thought he was making some dumb decisions. We have a guest. BFAB is here. Hi,
Yeah.
BFAB. What's up? How you doing?
Oh, I was just looking at your nudes. Pretty hot. Good drawing.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
I was really going for like, the muscular,
muscular white silver fox. I get it.
Yeah, I'm very pale, but I try and get pale on the muscles.
Hey, look at that, ladies. Anyone that's interested in Hive, I can pimp him out. His wife doesn't have to know.
She doesn't have to know unless she's watching the stream, and that's the case. We're just joking, honey.
Yeah, that's the case. It's a joke. If not, we start accepting applications.
There you go. The battle was cool in the twins. Yes, I mean the battle was cool. I was just like, what are you doing? Yeah, well, the physics in the twins was So it was cool. It was entertaining. It was just again, I was like, what? But I did see Doc said wait, hold on. All things are possible through the Force, I guess. EB Brick says, could you do a room tour, please? What this room? This room? I mean, You want to see this room? It's nothing special, man. Look, all right. That sounds kind of pretentious. I'm sorry. I don't mean to sound like that. This is a temporary Lego room. I'm in a tiny little apartment right now because Mrs. Hive and I sold our last house. So since we sold it, we didn't have a place to go. Like, it's not like we sold it and we already bought a house to move into. So we moved into this little apartment, and it's fine, but it's just temporary. However, we bought a house, and I'll be moving in there. Wait, hold on a minute. Not this weekend. Not like not the weekend coming up, but the weekend after that. So I'll be doing a really awesome room tour with that soon. I mean, look, if you really want to see in here, I mean, I can show you, man. It's not really exciting. The only thing exciting it really is just this setup, so that way you guys can all see something besides a blank wall back there. But yeah, I mean, I guess pan the camera if you really want. Oh, Will's already explaining to him about moving into the house. And I saw Miss Bricks out there. Hello, good morning to you. Hope you were doing well. Will says, I'm glad you like the same before I like to see the same things I said. No, I hear you. The next one I watched was, I'm going to say it wrong. Akakuri. And it was all right. It was okay. So there's still like a couple more to watch, but there's an overall theme I wanted to talk about with it in just a second. Macrobrick says, how much for what? Macro? I must have missed something. I must have missed a comment.
I guess he's bidding on you,
Oh. Oh man, jeez. I'm probably not the best person to pimp myself out. I'm gonna go way too low. We have a guest.
If it's Chef or Titanium J, they better not come in.
No, it's
Chef or Titanium J. What? Why are you hating on Chef and Titanium J? What did they do to you?
I just bully them. So.
Oh, okay. I can understand the J, but the chef. Come on, chef. Come on.
I don't like bald men. What can I say? I'm kidding.
Oh, then you must really be hating on Say O'Connor.
But is bald specifically going to if you're losing your hair or if you shaved all your hair off? Would that?
That's a good point.
And I know that sounds funny.
And we're waiting for the answer, B-Fab. You're the one that's the hater.
Yeah. No, I mean, right now I'm actually bald. I shaved off all my hair like 3 days ago. So.
Well, hold on. Let's check it out.
All right. And then I heard something about Brandon has nudes. Where are these nudes? What?
I know. We all want them. See? I told them.
What is considered bald?
What is considered bald? No hair. That would be considered.
Yeah, that's right. It says just describe someone who has no hair in their head. So even if you're not losing your hair, you just shave it. You'll be considered.
Now I'm ending up looking like Chef T. So Look.
I'm over here.
I'm over here.
B-Fab is standing. B-Fab is standing over there. I'm standing way over here. I'm way over here, Chef. Okay, he's way over there. I'm not near him.
All right. So look, there's something I want to talk about with visions, and it's not. I want to say it's a negative thing. It's just something that was kind of jarring to me. All right, and where I noticed it the most so far was in the first one, the Duel. Okay. Now, I was kind of explaining this a little bit the other night. Now, if you take Star Wars and draw it as an anime, like I was talking about how, like, I think maybe a couple years ago now, maybe a year ago or something, a fan had made like an anime Star Wars that had like the TIE fighter pilots and stuff. You can definitely find it on YouTube. And you could tell it was anime style. So that's different, okay, than what I'm getting ready to say. So this wasn't.
Remember,
them-
I'm Japanese. Just saying.
I, you know.
Yeah.
No, like
He
I
will
said,
destroy you if you're wrong.
it's not like an insult. It's just an observation. So that's it. That would be like, okay, I'm watching an anime about Star Wars. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna use the Duel, like I said, as the example. Now in the Duel, it wasn't just about they made it like an anime. They made it like a traditional kind of Japanese setting. So for instance, like even with characters, like they would make certain characters look a certain way to fit that setting. Okay. So it was almost it wasn't like you're making the cartoon an anime. It was you're taking two different things and trying to mix them together. And it was just it wasn't bad and it wasn't good. It was just, for me, it was a little jarring.
Have you seen them all?
I've seen almost all of them.
Yeah, I've seen them all.
And they get really close and cross that I don't want it to sound the wrong way, but they cross that line on a couple of the episodes, or they get really close to it. Most of them were like what I was originally saying, how it just looks like an anime that's in the Star Wars universe.
That's my whole problem with the whole thing. It's just like they added. It's like they are Japanese cartoons that they just painted Star Wars pictures onto. They are not Star Wars stories. They are Japanese stories with Star Wars. I mean, it's like that samurai, the Duel. That is just a If I took out the lightsabers,
right,
it would just be a Japanese cartoon. So It was like there was nothing Star Wars about any of them.
Right.
That was my whole deal.
Well, that's another thing we'll say about the Duel. Okay. So like we've all watched a lot of Star Wars, whether it's the movies, TV shows, cartoons, comic books, you know what I mean? And and all those stories, all those different stories and stuff, there's been many, many races of Jedi, many different cultures, many different planets, okay? And all different lightsabers can look a little the hilts can look different and stuff like that. But have we ever seen any Jedi, or Sith for that matter, draw a lightsaber, you know what I mean, like it was a katana? You know what I mean? And I'm not saying I don't like it. It was cool. It's very cool visually. You know what I mean? It was different. I like, but what I'm saying is it was jarring because that's not how you draw lightsabers. You know what I mean? At least
that's what I meant. It was just like, this is not Star Wars. This is just a Japanese cartoon where they just like, let's just pretend it's Star Wars. Just add a lightsaber.
Right.
It's kind of like,
now, I'm not saying you can't infuse something like that into the Star Wars universe, like that whole like style or whatever. But that's obviously not why they did that for a specific reason and the anime, you know what I mean? Because they look like, so I mean, a lot of it worked for me. A lot of it, like I said, was a little jarring.
The best one was the concert with Boba Fett and that
has to be
Jabba the Hutt. That was the best.
Rhapsody.
Yes, that was the best one. It was the most Star Wars of all of them. It was the most Star Wars.
And I was telling Mrs. Hive, I was like, you know what? I bet you for some reason, even though I skipped over that one, I was like, I bet you for some reason I'll probably like that one the most. I don't know why exactly, but I probably will. So I think the one that took the best elements of Star Wars was the Ninth Jedi, but that's my personal opinion. I think that took the best elements. I thought it was really cool. The whole the lightsaber, what was he called? Lightsaber Smith or something, Sabersmith or something like that. It was really cool. The hover bike, dude. That little girl in that episode too, man. That little girl was badass, dude. When they were going across the ice, man, and she just decided, like, she turned around, like, was fighting backwards, and I'm like, I was like, that is a Jedi right there, man. That girl is a Jedi. but yeah, dude, it was really cool, and I liked how they talked about like the kyber crystals and the different ways, like different Jedi's and how it works with them and stuff. Very very cool, man. That was like, I agree with Will. I think that was my favorite one, but I haven't seen Tatooine Rhapsody yet, dude.
Yeah, I thought that one was the most Star Warsy of all of them. And it had Boba Fett, had cute little Boba Fett in it. You were just like, look at Boba Fett, he's so cute. He was deadly, but he was cute.
Right. So I'm, and I think a lot of us thought that, even though it did have definitely the anime manga type feel to it, that it was going to be like a what if kind of thing for Star Wars, which it was. It was just a what if kind of thing for Star Wars that mainly focused on like anime type stuff. Because it would be great to see other types of what if type stories for Star Wars, and I think that Visions could do it. But yeah,
well, it's just like, I feel like they could find different genres of kind of like animation or whatever, and kind of like, and be like, do it. Because that Duel, at some points, it felt like it was rotoscope. It was just kind of like, is this like a movie that they drew a cartoon onto? You know, kind of like that Darkly movie that with
right.
with
Scanner
Keanu.
Darkly?
Yeah, exactly like that. It was, at some points it was just kind of like, is this an actual live action that they turned into an anime? So it was kind of interesting. So yeah, I would think it would be cool to see them try different animation styles, different kind of, maybe even be like, okay, let's have some French people
Right.
do their, whatever, or let's have some Arab people do their, version of what they think Star Wars would be or whatever, just to kind of get a different sense of it or whatever. Because, it was, like I said, it was Star Warsy, but it felt too Japanese than Star Wars was my whole deal with it,
Yeah,
but it was good. But
even the one that was, what is it, the Elder? I think it was the Elder that had the old Sith. And I don't know if anybody else noticed, when his lightsaber came out, his lightsabers, they were shaped like katanas. Which, the only reason I wasn't like, man, what the crap is was because of the dark saber. Because the dark saber shaped like that. But the thing about the dark saber was that's just like really rare. But I don't know. That's being nitpicky, but it's just little observations that I noticed, and it's, again, they're like what if stories, so it's not canon. Even though the twins felt really close, man, to being like Luke and Leia.
Yes, that's what I kind of felt like. It was a whole, what if Leia had become Darth Vader? Yeah, kind of a thing. We're just kind of like, well, okay.
Yeah. But anyways, but overall, it was pretty cool. I mean, it was different. It's something that us fans always clamor for. We want something a little different. You know what I mean? So for that, I admired it, and yeah, and I mean, a lot of the animation was cool. Like I said, that one about the bride, that I loved that animation. It was just so clean and colorful and solid line work type stuff, and even, and I know this might sound kind of small or whatever, but even like the groom, when he was carrying her on the thing on his back, you know what I mean, like going up the mountain and stuff. Like at first I was like thinking like, man, that princess gotta be spoiled or whatever, you know what I mean? but when you listen to their dialogue with each other and stuff, and like you don't feel like that for me, it washed away. I was like, you could tell, man, like he's doing this for, not because he has to, or like she's making him or something. It was like out of love and respect, and
and she was letting him,
right,
because otherwise she would have walked. But
yeah, because she even said, like, she's like, I'd rather be walking, but
but okay, I will honor your. Okay, here we go.
But so it was
very Japanese.
Really, right, but it was very very good. I enjoyed it.
And unicorns are not real, BFAB. Why would you lie to Macro like that?
Yeah, I was like, why are you guys talking about unicorns out there? Where did that come from?
I don't know. BFAB just went crazy. BFAB went off the deep end.
Oh boy. So that was Visions. that was my whole thing I wanted to talk about really with Visions. Like I said, it wasn't anything bad. It wasn't a critique necessarily. It was just an observation that I thought was kind of maybe jarring is too strong a word. I don't know.
Yeah,
But it threw me off.
it was interesting.
Mhm.
So what'd you think of Bro Thor?
Mm.
What if?
I-
The what if party
Dude,
Thor? It was
I
just,
ain't gonna lie. I absolutely loved it. I loved it. I thought, and I laughed out loud quite a few times. Dude, when Captain Marvel was coming, you know, like, can you see her in the sky? And he goes, "Ooh, Loki, look, a shooting star." He's like, "Make a wish, make a wish." Dude, I was laughing my ass off, man.
I just love how they kept pointing out and calling her a party pooper. You are the pooper of the party. And she had that look on her face.
Dude, it really felt like a lot of real life stuff too, man. You know what I mean? Just because a lot of people say she just, you know, like, and like there was even one comment Thor made to her, and he's like something like, he's like, "Why don't you smile?" or something.
Yes, it was just kind of like, this is all what the fans have been saying to you, Brie. We're gonna bring it up here in this cartoon. Here they are.
But again, I was really touched in a way at the end when she didn't rat him out, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. Like it just, I don't know, man. It was just such a really, again, like a feel good episode. And I was watching somebody review it or whatever, and they were discussing about how like they probably made that one definitely a feel good episode because, and I'm glad they've been doing it, man. But a lot of these episodes have been pretty dark, depressing. That Doctor Strange one, dude, was right down sad at the end of it. I mean, I almost, you know, got a little emotional about it
Oh,
because you know, like he's like, oh no, you know, like he's so sad, man. He's like his reality collapsed and everything's dead, and yeah, just So
yeah.
yeah,
For me that was the only one. The rest of them are just like. I'm disappointing in the whole series because it's like, even though Steve pointed out to me how ridiculous some of the what if comic books could be, it's like I was not, I was not beside myself wondering would would Peggy Carter step forward or step back on the platform. I was not wondering when I was watching Guardians of the Galaxy, would Yondu take on the mission or would he pass it off to Taserface? I was not wondering, before the Ant-Man movie, would there be a quantum virus that would, it's just like all of the questions that they're the what ifs are not what ifs. I was hoping for more what ifs, like what if Thanos couldn't kill his daughter Gamora? How did he still succeed? What if Spider-Man's webs had failed and the ferry had fallen apart and everybody had died on the ferry or whatever? More interesting what if moments that we actually saw in
Right.
in the MCU, not moments that they are creating to become crucial or pivotal because they have turned it into a pivotal moment. It's just kind of like, huh? Only the Doctor Strange. What if he had the car accident just like in the movie, but instead of it being his hands, it was his heart. So it's the only one that's pivotal because I don't ever remember discussing with you after, Infinity War before Endgame, wouldn't it be cool if there was a zombie outbreak so that when Thanos showed up, everybody was zombies? We never discussed that. So it's just like, so the what ifs that they're bringing up are not what ifs. The next what if looks interesting, not the Bro Thor, because the whole Bro Thor to me was just kind of like, it's like yay. But
Yeah,
the
it
whole
was. I thought it was kind of
what
weak
if
as far as a
Jarvis
what if
got his?
story.
It's like what if Ultron got
Ultron.
his body, because
Right.
that was what was supposed to happen. He was supposed to get that body, but instead the Jarvis AI got the body and it became Vision. So it's
Right.
just like we're
Yeah.
finally going to get an actual crucial moment, And I think the best line ever from any what if episode or any Marvel show is when the Watcher was like, "Wait, what?" that for me. That was the
That
greatest
yeah.
line ever in
Dude,
Marvel.
because even like his lip went a little, like he had a little upper lip thing when he said it too, man. It was great. It was great. They really did a good job, like emphasizing that.
He's just like, "Uh-oh, this is not what I was expecting," and I'm the
Right.
Watcher.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see where all that goes because we still have 2 episodes left. So the only thing I can think of, honestly, that's logical maybe is because of the time frame. Like, I guess if like maybe some of the episodes might have been needed to be longer. But I don't know because you're right. Some of the I overall have liked No, I can't lie. For the most part, I've overall loved the What If series.
Yeah.
But there are definitely a couple of the episodes that I didn't really like that much, and I thought were really kind of weak. As far as
The
a what
zombie,
if story.
the zombies and the when Ant-Man killed everybody. Those two, I'm just kind of they just came out of nowhere, just kind of like what. The other ones at least are kind of like okay, it's what if-ish,
Well,
all right, whatever. Even the Bro Thor one was kind of like at least kind of in that ballpark, but the zombie one was just kind of like I'm sorry, what?
well,
What
like
if?
so.
What if what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really love the Captain Carter one, but I think it's because I like the Captain Carter character, and
Yeah.
that would maybe sway my opinion about it, like more of a biased opinion. But I really did like that one. I didn't like episode 2 that much with T'Challa as Star-Lord. I didn't
Mhm.
really like the premise of it. I thought the
Oh, bye,
story.
B-Fab.
Oh yeah, by BFAB. I thought the premise of it was kind of silly. It didn't really make any sense. I didn't like the contrast that they made between him and Peter. It just
Right,
the
I
whole
thought
thing really didn't rub me the
it
wrong
was a little
way.
bit too much too, and that was just kind of. And the other thing too is like when as soon as Thanos appeared, and he's all like, "Oh, well, T'Challa was able to talk me out of it because he did
Yeah,
whatever." I'm like, "Oh, well, then are you going to show us the prosperity or what his solution was? Because apparently he did it, whatever it was, but instead of killing half the people in the universe, he somehow increased the surplus of all the stuff so that we
no,
wouldn't
yeah,
run out of stuff or whatever. So I'm just kind of like, why aren't you showing that?
no, and look,
Didn't
it's
make any sense. It was just kind of like,
no, none of
what?
that definitely didn't make any sense.
It's just
And
kind of like,
and the reason it bugged me is because look, Thanos, even though it was I mentioned this before, even though it was a twisted love, Thanos very much loved Gamora. Okay, he killed Gamora for these stones, man, for his mission. So you're telling me that T'Challa gave a good enough argument to make him give up? You would have had a better time convincing me that T'Challa convinced him, like, hey, maybe instead of killing half the universe, maybe we just make a bigger surplus for stuff in the universe, or something along
exactly.
that nature. That would have made more sense. But yeah, it just the whole premise of it wasn't that great. I forget which one was the third one. Oh,
Wasn't
that was
that
when
the,
they killed the Avengers,
yeah,
I think. When they
yeah,
announced the Avengers.
Ant-Man kills
Um,
everybody.
that again, it was entertaining. But I just feel like the what if part of it wasn't that good. Um,
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
just didn't
exactly.
seem like a good reason to catapult that whole.
Right,
I'm
for
not
him to
saying it
go
couldn't
all
happen, but
crazy. Right,
right,
exactly.
right.
And plus, it was all the whole what if is like, well, did she work for Shield? Because I was just like thinking back on any of the movies. I'm just kind of like, huh? I was like, was she a Shield agent and she lived? What?
Well, and
I
plus,
it
again,
made no sense. I'm like,
it
okay,
just
whatever, Ant
well,
Man.
again, it seems like Hank Pym's character, Michael Douglas's version of Hank Pym, like he would have been very upset or sad or whatever, but he wouldn't have murdered other people. You know what I
Yeah, thank
mean?
you. Exactly.
It just didn't seem right. Oh, we have a guest. Chef is here.
Right. Well, I wouldn't think he would.
Hi,
He
Chef.
wouldn't have killed the Avengers more.
Going on?
He would have killed Nick Fury and the
Yeah,
other Shield people. Not
right.
not Captain.
Not
Let me kill Captain
like
America. Let me kill Iron Man. It's like
what?
why?
Right,
It's like
right,
let me kill Nick Fury and take down Shield. Leave
right.
the Avengers alone. Would have made more
But
sense.
so I did like it. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I hated the show, that episode or anything. It just again the what if part was kind of sad. It's kind of like the Bro Thor one. I absolutely loved the episode, but it was a weak what if. You know what I mean? I'm not. It's a good alternate universe story, but as far as a what if, it just
Yeah.
And then the fourth one I
Yeah.
think was Doctor Strange.
Yes. Well,
Which
most what ifs are ended horribly. And the comic book ended horribly. So for me, every time it ends horribly, I'm just kind of like, well, that's how it's supposed to be.
well that yeah well
You know.
that's a lot of the reasons why they made the what if stuff, so they could kill a character and not worry
Right.
about canon.
Or somebody could be like, what if the villain guy became a good guy, or what if Spider-Man made a dark choice or whatever,
Right.
they those kind of a things, and we have yet to really see that other than the Doctor Strange. The rest of them are just kind of like, ta-da, let's just whatever. Especially if they're because like some people are like they're tying them all together into some sort of cohesive storyline or whatever. And I'm like, and if they're doing that, then I feel like they're going to leave us with a cliffhanger because they're going to
Right.
be like, look, it's all cohesive, but let's just cliffhanger you, kind of like we cliffhangered you on the Loki. Kind of we cliffhangered us on the WandaVision too, basically as well.
Yeah. Blacksmith, I saw your comment earlier also about you said personally I love a strong female character like Captain Marvel, she's my fave. So look, excuse me, I'm sorry. I can tell you right now, I am infatuated with like strong female characters in movies and stuff like that. Whether it be, oh my god, dude, Ripley from Aliens to, I mean, just any, and it doesn't even have to be live action. It can be like animation or whatever. But the thing that always kind of rubbed me the wrong about Captain Marvel is because she just never seemed very likable, man. You know what I mean? Like she always seems pissed off about something.
Well, I mean, her memory was her memory was erased, and then she was, manipulated by the Kree and everything, and then, lied to by what's her name, Marvel or whatever, and then the Supreme. So she had a reason to be pissed. Kind of a thing. So maybe in the next one, I think that's why they kind of like were like, look, she can smile. Look in Bro Thor, and the What If episode, she can be
Right.
smiley. So when we see her in the next one, she'll be a little bit more smiley. I think that's also why they're
I
going
mean,
to involve the Ms.
because
Marvel, the younger character, to try to humanize her a little bit more. Make like, look, everybody, she's not a complete bitch.
well, and look,
she
and look,
can be.
and here's the thing is, look,
I think she's overpowered though.
well, I don't mind that kind of stuff, honestly. And that's the one thing is, so even though I say like, what I said, like she doesn't seem very likable or whatever, but that does not mean at all that there hasn't been a bunch of different moments that I was like, God dang, dude, like she's freaking awesome. Like, dude, when she like in the Captain Marvel movie, like when she flew through the warships and everything, and then she looked in the cockpit where they were standing, and she was like, she did that kind of thing. Like that was hardcore, dude. In Infinity War, when she headbutted Thanos, or was it when Thanos headbutted her and she didn't even flinch, like that kind of stuff, dude. Like, is amazing.
Right, but the problem with that too is this kind of like, then who can challenge her to give her, to challenge her? Otherwise, it's going to be like, who can stand toe to toe to her without destroying the entire planet and killing everybody, with Shockwave?
Well, that's why so far
it's just kind of like,
that's why so far they've used her pretty sparingly, like
right. Well, that's why she had to be gone.
The whole war for a while, yeah.
That's why she had to be off planet, because it was like otherwise she would have taken care of pretty much everything. He'd been like, oh well, she can just zap that. She can just zap that person too.
But that's why I love Captain Carter so much, man. Because she's definitely a strong female character. I mean, and definitely some crap's happened to her, but dude, she's way likable, man. So and it's not just about being likable; it just helps, man. You know what I mean? For you to really care about a character. So, anyways, yeah, I saw Sai mention about the Marvel Zombies was his favorite. Yeah, it was a close one for me, man, because none of them have beat the Doctor Strange one for me so far. But we're not done with the zombies yet. I don't know how, but if I don't think if all of you have seen the trailer, like the newest trailer for like the last half of this season of What If, there's a thing where the Doctor Strange guy and then Thor are talking, and Thor mentions the zombies. So I know we're gonna see him again somehow. Which
I would think you would have to, because they were Spider-Man was taking the Mind Stone to Thanos, who was standing there inside Wakanda, because they had no idea that he was behind the force field. So it's just kind of like, yeah, as soon as you guys step through, pretty much Thanos he has the other stones. He's going to take that stone from Peter, and the zombie Thanos will have the Infinity Gauntlet. So
Right.
he can easily snap his fingers and turn half the universe into zombies. Or whatever he's going to do,
Blacksmith says Captain Marvel doesn't have to be sweet. She can be mad or confident and still cool, just like Stark. Yeah, but see, the difference is Tony Stark is, again, egotistical, all this other stuff, but he's likable, man. He's just a likable dude. Thor, likable dude. Even Black Widow, man. Like when you first meet her in Iron Man 2 and stuff like that, like she's like a badass and she's got kind of an attitude and stuff, but she's still, I don't know, she's still likable. I don't know, man. Like Khan said, maybe in like the next one it'd be different, and and she's been growing on me as far as like the likability part. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm just like, to me, I'm just like, what bad guy can challenge her that's not gonna, devastate half the planet or whatever? It's just, you know what I mean? It's just kind of like, it's like, who is there? Who? Your Marvel comics is kind of like, it's like, who could step up at this point? It's kind of like, there's not really anybody left.
No, I mean, there are,
especially on Earth, it's just gonna be like, I don't know.
I mean, no, nobody on Earth, like, pretty much is gonna be able to go toe to toe with her.
Yeah, she's just gonna wipe up the floor with anybody. She's gonna be like, please give me a break.
Completely
you know what I mean?
True, because we saw her fight Thor, and look, I thought that was going to be and it was really awesome. It was a really awesome fight, but I thought it was going to get a little more bigger, because
neither one of them got hurt.
Yeah, and I don't know where it would fall, like what would happen, because here's the thing. I would like to think that she would be able to go full force on his ass, and she could maybe blow a hole through him or something like that. But dude, he could withstand a star.
I know. That's why she said she would take off half the. She's like, I could take him down, but it would take out half the planet. Literally half the planet.
If either one of them could defeat each other, they would destroy the planet. Like, they just.
The devastation would just be like, everybody's dead now.
That's why I'm hoping that eventually Sentry will come into the
MCU. Really? God, that's going to be even more powerful.
I know, because he has the power of 100. Is it 100? I think it's 100 exploding suns, but maybe it's 1,000.
I thought it was 100,000. I thought it was 100,000.
Dude, it might be 100,000 exploding suns. Dude.
Yes.
Like, that kind of power is so stupid, man. Like,
exactly. That's why I'm just like, so it's like, I guess Warlock could show up, but it's just like, or Molecule Man. It's just, but it's just like it's like, if there's what's the movie going to be? Her just looking at somebody and just blasting them. The plot's over. So it's got to be. Does her power gets taken away? Because that just drives me crazy when it's like, oh look, they lost their powers, and half the movie they'll struggle to get them back so that they can instantly just blast the bad guy out.
Right. So yeah, man. Like I said, and since the stuff in What If is canon. You know what I mean? It helps. But yeah. Like I said, man, Captain Marvel is definitely warming up to me. And we'll see going forward, like some more stuff. Like, and again, man, don't.
She got 2 more movies, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But I don't. The likability part's one thing, you know what I mean? But yeah, it does not mean I don't think she is one badass woman that can kick some boot. I'm all about that.
Yeah, just thinking about it, it's just kind of like they got what, like 10, 12 more years of movies to go or some damn shit.
So the thing that I think the way they're going to keep up with Captain Marvel as far as like power stuff goes is I don't really feel like she's going to have a whole lot to do with Earth, to be honest with you. I think like, I don't know, maybe not. But if I was them, Captain Marvel movies would be set out in space. At least then you can give her opponents that could like put up a fight or whatever.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
and then plus expand the cosmic. Yes, expand the whole cosmic thingy too.
Right, which they need to really start doing some more. You can't just rely on Guardians of the Galaxy to do that. You know what I mean?
I want some quasar. I want some quasar. I want some, I want some living tribunal. I want some cosmic entities. I'm just like, it's about time. I want to see the face of eternity, man. I want to see some shit. I want to see
Yeah.
some shit go down. Be like, come on.
I mean, and they've now given us at least 2 solid Easter eggs for the Living Tribunal.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to see the Eternals. I can't wait to see the giant celestial. I just cannot wait
I know.
to
We'll
see him.
finally get to see. Yeah.
See one of them. They'd be like, ta-da, look at him.
And I'm assuming we're really gonna like see one of them this time, not just see it in a like
brief flashback. I'm hoping it'll be
Yeah.
a couple of moments. I'm hoping it'll actually say something. Or at least look in their general direction, and they'll be like, "Oh yes," and they'll say that he said something. We won't hear it because we're not Eternals, but he'll say something to their minds, and they'll be like, "Okay." But they look like they're going to be robots.
Yeah.
And their suits all remind me of Tony Stark.
Yeah. I mean, I'm curious how much we're gonna get involved with Celestials and what because man.
I wouldn't think too much because I would think the Eternals is just going to be a one. I don't see the Eternals being 3 like everybody gets 3 movies. I just don't see them being 3 Eternal movies.
Yeah, I don't either.
I can see them going. Eternals is 1 movie, then the next one would be like what are the Inhumans, make an Inhumans movie, and then the people that are on Titan. Well, that's technically the Eternals, but they're going to bring them to Earth.
Well, because in that whole,
because they've changed so many things.
Yeah, and even the cosmic side of the Marvel universe, I really dabbled into more when I first read the Infinity Gauntlet and all that. That's when I started really learning about the cosmic side or I remember with a lot of the X-Men comics, when they would go out in space with the Sheer Empire and all that.
Yeah, with the Shi'ar and everything. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's where my taste of the cosmic stuff came from. So I didn't know a whole lot about that side of the universe. So yeah, I don't know where they're gonna go with a lot of this stuff. Or what's going to be true, just like with the Titan stuff. I feel like they could probably make a pretty good show or something about, or a movie about the stuff that happened on Titan.
Well, yeah, because they would just have to change Thanos' whole planet or where he came from or whatever, and be like, okay, it's here now. It's not, when they say Titan, it's just like it's a planet called Titan way over here. It's not the moon of Titan of Saturn, like in the comic books, because everything is in our solar system or whatever. It's just like, no. Thanos' whole planet is way over here. It just happens to be called Titan. It's not the same, kind of a thing. So it's just kind of like, all right, fine.
Exactly. So what was? I'm trying to think of the other What If episode that I'm not thinking about. Because there was the Doctor Strange, the zombies. What was the one after the zombies?
Bro, Throw was after the zombies.
No.
Because you had your Captain Carter, your T'Challa Star-Lord, your Ant-Man kills everybody. Then the fourth one, Doctor Strange. Then the 5th one, the zombies, and then the 6th one, it was Bro Thor.
Yeah, but no, Bro Thor was the 7th one.
Was it?
Yep.
Then
we have 2 episodes
left?
I'm trying to think of that 5th one. I mean the 6th one. Man,
yeah. Will Harper help us out here?
Hold on. If he doesn't answer fast enough, I was like, I get it.
I guess you could just bring up the Disney Plus and be like, "Yo, show me the episodes."
That's what I'm doing right now. Oh, Killmonger.
Yeah, no, that one was lame. I
didn't like that one either, man. It just
because that one was just kind of like, what if Killmonger got his way?
Yeah, it was really weird. Yeah, I didn't hate it. Okay, I thought it was entertaining, and I really liked the animation a lot.
The animation on every episode is fantastic. I love it. It's just kind of like There's nothing to hate about any of the animation.
But yeah, it just felt like kind of a weak what if story.
Yeah, everybody
I
was
didn't.
dumb. Everybody let them do what they wanted. It was just kind of like, really, no suspicions ever. We're like, wow, wow. Not
And
not till the
I
very
thought,
end, you know.
and I thought the plan was just so elaborate, man. I'm like, dude, there's like at least 30 things that if they didn't go the exact right way that you want them to go, the plan would have worked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. You know, it was just really odd. And then the ending, I'm like, so did are you like I don't know. I don't know. It just odd to me.
Yeah, well, it's just
Um
like every episode ends like on a, like, is there gonna be another episode? I almost feel like is season two just gonna continue each one of the what if episodes? So season two, episode one will just be the next part of the Captain Carter, you know, and she'll talk to Nick Fury and them right there and go on. You know, will each one be a continuation of its, you know, or no? Because it felt like each one was just waiting to like, we're gonna continue this. You know, they could
right,
have,
right,
oh,
right,
let's
right,
go
right.
continue next week, and then you're like, what's this? I thought we were continuing Captain Carter. What's going on? You know?
Yeah, I'm definitely curious to see. Big Nate, what's up? How you
Hey,
doing?
Will. Yeah, Will. We can tell you don't like. We can tell you don't like Captain Marvel much.
Oh, Brie Larson.
Uh huh.
Yeah, man. Um, apparently, from what I heard, a lot of the cast members weren't really fond of her either. Look, it's nothing to do with her acting chops, man. I haven't honestly seen a whole lot of stuff that she's been in. You know what I mean? But the only thing that I can think of that stands out that I've seen her in is either Captain Marvel or the character that she played in Scott Pilgrim versus the World, and it was a character that she played very good. But I don't know, man. Look, everything I've seen, you know, sometimes you know, stuff I've seen, she seems pretty cool. Other times, I'm like, she don't really seem like she's a very likable, nice person. But again, I don't really care. I don't really worry about celebrities' lives that much. You know what I mean? Like, it's whatevs. And even if I do know something about them, it really doesn't have any bearing on like their art. Like, for instance, I think Tom Cruise is nuttier than a goddamn fruitcake, man. But and there's a lot of stuff that I think is completely that I completely disagree with him about, blah blah blah. But you know, I love his movies for the most part. Yeah, I mean Kanye West. I think he's a douche person, you know what I mean? But I like a
Yeah.
lot of his songs, you know. It's just eh. Um
Isn't he getting back with Kim? I thought they were getting back together.
I don't know what they're doing, man. Who knows? So overall, I disagree with Doc. I like the what if stuff. But as far as on an individual episode basis, there's definitely a couple that I think are good and a couple that I think are okay, and then a couple that I think are just lame. Um, so it is what it is.
The art's great, fantastic, and the CMS were perfect.
Right. I was like, your audio sounds absolutely horrible.
I'm on my phone.
All right. So something that I was going to ask everybody's opinion about.
My good lord, Locksmith Ford, really?
And then there's the Gwyneth Paltrow vagina candles. Yeah, I don't know what's up with them vagina candles, man, but she's into a lot of weird stuff that I'm like, huh? So, all right. There was something I wanted to get. All right. I wanted to get a Black Series figure. And it's a collector thing that's killing me. I mean, I want it because it's cool and everything, but it's also I really, really want it because of the collecting part. So it's Darth Revan. All right. I have the Jedi Knight Revan version. Okay. But there is a Sith version. Some Darth Revan in the house. Now, this is the first one
There
that
were-
came out.
Revan was a Jedi
Yeah.
for reals.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, this Sith version of him is the older one. There is a newer version that's coming out that's cheaper, but I can't.
Are we
if I
talking
wanna-
Jedi? Are we talking Jedi Jedi, not Jedai, the Jedi that was before the Jedi?
No, we're talking Jedi.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Revan.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was
And
originally a Jedi.
he just added. I thought you're like Darth Tyrannus, Darth Vader. It didn't become Darth Anakin, so his name was Revan, and they just added Darth to it.
Mm-hmm.
That makes no sense. But okay. Anyway, go continue.
And I don't even know for sure what exactly might or might not be even canon anymore. But regardless, I wanted to get that because I have like I said, the light side version of them. So I just thought it'd be great to have the dark side version of them. But it's like $40, man.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm just like, I just can't do that right now.
Is it really just now releasing at $40, or is it because it came out in 2012 or some damn thing and now it's
It came out a
$40?
while ago. So
Okay.
I'm probably just gonna wait till the other one comes out. The reason I wanted that one is because let me see if I can find. All right, so this isn't even the same box, but this one's closer to what that one is. So the one I have is in more of a flat box, like a square box like this.
Mhm.
Got the picture on the side of it. So the light side of Revan that I have is in one of those, and so is that Sith version I was just showing you. Okay, the new Darth Revan that's coming out, which is still awesome, but it comes in one of these types of,
Oh.
which again I don't hate, but I much rather have the older one because I like the box better and it matches the one I have. But I mean, I could get it.
It
but-
probably sits better too.
Yeah,
The other one
That's
leans
my
probably on
comic
it. Other one probably leans on the card.
because I'm not really spending money on stuff right now. You know what I mean? I'm going to buy the small Batman tumbler October 1st, but that's because I have $50 in VIP points.
Oh, those are already available at the Fred Meyers are out here. For the Fred Meyers actually released all of the October crap early. They were like, "Plug it." Boom, there it is. I was at the Lego
Myers
store.
at
They
the
were
grocery store.
Fred Meyers is more than a grocery store. It's like Walmart before there was a Walmart. Because in the 70s there was a Fred Meyers out here in the West. It was, you can get groceries and clothes and tires and furniture and whatever,
Like
at
a
Fred
Meyers.
Myers.
Yep.
So it was it was long before there was a freaking Walmart or a Target. There was Fred Meyers. Everybody copied Fred Meyers.
Yeah.
That's how Fred Meyers feels. It's just kind of like, what? You stole our idea. So I'd rather go to Fred Meyers than Target or Walmart. It's just they have better selection. They're
I
just
do
better.
miss my Myers.
They're just better.
Yeah.
But yeah, they released all the Lego stuff. So when I was at the Lego store and I told the Lego guy, he was not happy. I'm just going,
Oh,
well,
well, you wanna hear
I'm like,
something
I
crazy?
already got those, dude. Why don't you guys have them?
So you want to hear something crazy about Walmart? So, I bought this just recently.
Aura Singh.
Yeah, because even though I don't know tons and tons about her, I've always liked Aura Singh. Because I remember reading about her in some of the books when I was younger, and then I remember when Phantom Menace came out, she made like a little quick appearance during the pod race.
They
And I was
killed
like,
her, didn't they?
Actually, I forget his name, but the guy from in Solo, Woody Harrelson's character, he said that he killed her. I'm assuming. He's
Yeah, in the Solo movie, yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so I saw it and I was like, oh wow. I mean, and so a couple things. They actually had for the first time, and I don't even know how long. I mean, probably a year since I've seen any Black Series at Walmart besides like a Jar Jar or something, And they had her, they had Tech from the Bad Batch, Bo-Katan, I can't remember her name, but the other Mandalorian that was with her, the female Mandalorian, that was with them.
Mandalorian number 2.
Yeah. She got a name, I just can't remember her name.
Yeah, I know.
They had General Lando Calrissian from Return of the Jedi. And then I think one of the assassin droids from the Mandalorian also. Okay. I grabbed her and I went back the next day because I was like, you know what? I should probably grab one of the other ones just to be on the safe side, man. You know what I mean? Because I can sell it or whatever. But yeah, all of them gone. Poof, all of them. So, but the funny thing is when I went to the register, so I have a Walmart app and I was scanning these and just to see what the prices were. And none of them would pop up. Like there wouldn't be any information on it, right? So when I went to the register, it wouldn't scan. So I had the person come over to try and help me, right? So they go on to the Walmart website, and I'll show you something. Because this blew my freaking mind, dude. So if you go and look on Walmart.
Were they cheaper?
No, not at all. Come on, where is it? There we go, huh? All right. So he looks it up on Walmart, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the aftermarket is selling it on Walmart. I'm trying to think of what sold and shipped by TZMO LLC, right? For $48.
No, I'm not paying that price. Get the manager.
Right. So
over
that's
there,
what he's like. Oh, he's like, well, it says on Walmart it's for $48. I was like, no.
No.
I was like, that's not the retail price, man. So he finally looked up another Black Series and it was $22 with tax, you know. So I was like, yeah, that's how much it is. But it blew my mind that he was gonna first charge me almost $50 for this thing.
Yeah, I'm like manager.
I'm like,
sorry, kid, not happening.
So
you're gonna pull out your phone and look some shit up. No, manager.
Yeah, because I was looking up at I was like, see, at Target is like it's $22. I was like, aren't you guys supposed to match prices and stuff? So I think that's the only reason he actually changed it for me.
So you're like, you gotta look it up in the computer, even not on the phone. No.
Right. Like, no, dude, no. I'm so sorry.
Right the heck now. Get the manager, please.
Yeah, exactly. What are you guys saying? Revan is so cool. He always keeps his name and he's a better purple lightsaber than Windu and a red one to boot. I know, right? He's got 2 of them. It's so great. Blacksmith says, I've been trying to find one on eBay for cheap. I hate it, but I still want one because it's a cultural artifact. Cheaper than most Lego Star Wars pigs. Yeah, I gotta tell you, man, it's really difficult to not go down that rabbit hole. Like Funko Pops is cool, don't get me wrong, but it's not even just the Star Wars Black Series, man. Like I think a lot of the Marvel and DC ones are freaking awesome. Halo's joining the group now. I've seen Halo selling figures like that. He-Man has obviously made a comeback. G.I. Joe's making a comeback.
He-Man?
Yeah, really? Dude. Yeah, like just like the old packaging, the old style and everything, dude. It's so hard not to just it's not just, dude, I saw Castle Grayskull, man, at Target the other day. Just like the old one that I had when I was a kid. I was like, get out of here.
That's crazy.
I know.
I kept mine.
Dude, and they're smart because one, they know that a lot of people like me will buy it for not just for nostalgia purposes, but obviously because we collect stuff and we love stuff like that. But also just new kids would buy that stuff, man, because it's freaking awesome. But yeah, Transformers obviously, well, they've been making a comeback for a while now. They started making a comeback for a long time ago. Yeah, I don't know, man. What's up, Ryan? Llama.
Well, that's because I got the llama icon.
Yeah, man. I scanned that thing when I was at Walmart too. I was like, is this thing still selling for the same price? Yeah.
I got one packed up for you.
I know. I want that damn llama now. I don't know.
You
I think it's.
you can have it.
I think Sans got me hyped for it or something. If you want, I can send you the werewolf.
I'm good.
Oh, okay. I like their minifigs. Don't get me
I do.
wrong.
I got the werewolf.
Definitely like them, but I don't know, man. Just the whole theme just kind of sucks. I mean, and I gotta tell you, Con, I totally like your Lego is too expensive video.
It's not technically it's not too expensive. It's like it's weird. I can't believe it's like General Grievous's ship has 100 less pieces, but it's gonna cost $50 or it's gonna cost $30 more than this other set that has 100 more pieces. It's just like in Star Wars, it just doesn't make any sense. Just like the whole dots thing. The dots designer set is just a whole bunch of 1x1 studs. $600 to match. 1,100 studs in the world map. It's just like Lego. It just tries to keep it confusing because this way you can't say, this is how many bricks you should pay for. It's just like, wow.
I mean, and look, it's the market. You know what I mean? And that's the thing is, obviously, even saying they're too expensive can be subjective. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I mean, I feel like there obviously gets to a logical point that's like it's clearly too much money for this product. But I mean, I get where a lot of people's argument would be like it'd be like saying if you walked up to somebody that owns a Mustang or owns like a Tesla or something they absolutely love. Like Mrs. Hive, dude, she is buying a Tesla. She says as soon as she pays off all of her student loans, she's buying a Tesla. That's going to be her gift. And I've told her already, I love Tesla cars. They're awesome. Just like I love Mustangs and stuff. You know what I mean? But
so do you guys have charging stations everywhere?
I can't personally justify paying the price for a vehicle of those calibers. You know what I mean? But other people will. I mean, Ryan's got a Mustang. He loves his Mustang. You know what I mean? He's always wanted a Mustang. Mrs. Hive loves Tesla vehicles, man. She's always wanted one ever since she, found out about them and stuff. I don't care that much about vehicles to spend a lot of money on one.
Right.
Man.
But do you guys have?
It's like shoes. I can't spend a lot of money on shoes either, huh?
You guys have charging stations that are available?
Oh yeah. Well,
because we got them everywhere. Because every grocery store has a charging station, every mall has a charging station, and it's all free.
And plus we've already talked about. We wanted to get solar shingles. That was our goal, but obviously something's going on with that whole market right now. So, so the next step is obviously solar panels. And the great thing about our new house is there's like nothing blocking the sun. It's like all directions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We have a big roof. So our goal was to get solar panels hooked up. And where a lot of people go wrong with the solar panel thing, in my opinion, is if you don't get battery packs, then the solar panel is only good during the day to save you electricity. You know what I mean? Yeah. But we want to get not just one, we want to actually get 2 battery packs.
Yeah, you want to be able to sell power back to the power company.
Well, and the other thing is so we just want to make sure she has plenty of charging power. We can save plenty of electric, and then whatever's left over, you just go back to the. Well, thank you. I have been working out.
Who's is that one of Chef's birds?
Yeah, I'll mute it again.
It's okay, man. I don't mind the whistling, dude. I guess it's just if it goes, that's when it gets a little bad.
Can I do that Polly wants a cracker thing? Like that's a stereotype. That doesn't happen.
Say Brick Hive is a cracker. Brick Hive is a cracker. Say I'm a saltine, dang it, man. Macro says I like Toyota trucks to be specific. And that's the other thing too. Like I know a lot of people that are, they're like Mustang or not Mustang or like Ford or Dodge or. I've owned a lot of different vehicles, and they've all had different crap happen to them. So I can't.
Yeah.
Really just
Okay, so I got to ask. It's been 2 hours, and just to make sure that this is not going to be some sort of clickbait stream, is this land speeder going to make an appearance anytime today?
This one.
They had to be the one, yeah. I'm like that is the the thumbnail. All we did is talk about superheroes. I'm like, that land speeder hasn't shown up yet.
Yeah, no, it's right here.
So it's already built. Then you don't even have to build these. Like, it's already done.
Yeah,
We're just here.
That's how fast I built it. I put the land speeder in there just I think maybe subconsciously because I knew part of the things I was wanting to talk about was new sets and stuff. A lot of the rumors and stuff we've heard about, and I knew eventually land speeder might come up. Because I've mentioned actually quite a few times. I've really been like eerily quiet about that land speeder.
The UCS one, you think that they're gonna make?
Yeah, and
it's like, how big, how wide is it? I'm just
by Blocksmith. I don't know, and I'm really kind of torn up about it because I have agreed with some people that say it's kind of a staple and Star Wars, ships and vehicles and stuff like that.
Yeah, but UCS.
I know that's the thing that I'm thinking. I'm like, dude, I feel like it'd be on the same level as making like a UCS like speeder bike. I'm not saying you can't do it or you shouldn't or it wouldn't even look cool or something, but I just feel like the UCS stuff should be something bigger. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
I don't. But that's just my opinion about it. I mean, and again, I have no clue what it would look like. I feel like
it has to have giant brick built people that go into it, because otherwise it's just going to look weird.
No.
I don't know.
I used to be a little hung up about that when I first came out of my dark ages and really started paying attention to VCS stuff.
I mean, they don't have to look like Luke and anybody. I just mean, like, I don't know. They just like need to have mock-up people that sit in it. I don't know. Otherwise, maybe the chairs. Maybe they'll have nice chairs. It'll be okay. I don't know.
I mean, I used to really, and I think it's because so many Star Wars ships and stuff that we have, whether it's the AT-AT here or the Sandcrawler or whatever, that when you get something UCS, you automatically want it to be like minifigure scale. You know what I mean? But the moment that I bought that A-Wing and just the whole experience of building it was fun and stuff. And then you see it on the stand and you realize that it's more like art than something to put a minifig in. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't want them to look like Luke or C-3PO. I just want them to be human shaped kind of.
Well, I don't
mock-ups. It's just kind of like sit in it.
One,
like dummies, blank dummies.
One, I don't think that's going to happen at all. But two, me personally, I don't want it to happen. I think I cannot stand brick-built people for the most part, man, or animals and stuff like that. Not all the time. Sometimes they look all right, but for the most part, I just don't think they look great. And I feel like if you put something like that in like a UCS land speeder, like it's just, I don't know. I feel like it's going to make it look really bad. But I don't know. I've been wrong before, that's for sure. So, but yeah, it's just an odd choice. And I agree with Ryan where the timing is very bad, really, in my opinion. But it's not like Lego's known to make logical choices about stuff.
Yeah, that's just like I was, complaining to BFAB earlier. I was just kind of like Lego and their whole, everything's got to take 2 years. I'm like, that's baloney. That's just an old, manufacturing model that they're clinging to. It's just like, it's welcome to the 21st century. Don't act like they couldn't just in time everything. Don't act like they couldn't streamline their processes so it didn't take 2 years to respond to something,
Yeah,
or
I
to like
also
do something. That is just baloney to act like it takes that long. Everything's electronic now. Even the design process is
no,
electronic. It's no longer
I agree.
people sitting in a room putting little bricks together,
But even
eventually
if you
going
are
to,
sitting in a
it's
room
just
putting
like,
bricks together, dude, like, yeah, if you're gonna build something on the size and scope that Rich Boy J does, like, with the First Order base or something, yeah, that takes a long time, dude. But to build, a set, I mean, look, I am not a master builder. I'm not even a good mock builder yet. You know what I mean? But it just does not seem like it would take that. I've seen other awesome mock builders build amazing things, and it doesn't take that long. It doesn't even take a
no.
smidgen of that long. You know what I
No,
mean?
it took like 2 days. Well, you watch Lego Masters. I'm like, hello, I've seen gigantic things built in, 12
Right.
hours.
So imagine,
You know.
imagine like Jesse. Okay. Imagine
Mhm.
Jesse. Imagine if Jesse had Lego's arsenal at his disposal. Any
Oh
pieces
yeah.
that he wanted. You know what I mean? And even possibly you might be able to get a new piece built. You know what I mean? Or something.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
design.
So
Exactly. Oh hell
right.
yeah.
I
Oh
mean, I
hell
know they
yeah.
don't do that a lot, but it does happen.
Yep, yeah.
So yeah, I don't get. I think honestly, that's just kind of a buffer zone they put in to make sure they're not held to. Because I think the designing part doesn't take as long. I think what takes as long is we need to think about this. We need to figure out how we're going to market it. We need to make sure it's going to
Mhm.
whatever. I think there's a lot of other things involved in it that maybe make it take longer.
Too many middle management meetings deciding on things. It's just like, just stop it.
Right.
So,
Hi Upside Down. Hi Dude Jude.
like, streamline it, please.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't get it. But because even like the research stuff, man, feels like it wouldn't even take that long.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Especially the stuff that's licensed, that would should just be like, hello, we should be able to just do that crap.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I totally agreed with everything you said in the video, though, about just how the prices for everything and because a lot of the stuff, I remember the thing that really started getting to me was you can say the IP stuff that they have to pay out um, is a big factor in things. But a long time ago, I looked up, the ratios and stuff, and like, yeah, it costs money, man. But like I said, it's a tiny drop in a bucket for like
Yeah,
as far as cost
yeah,
goes.
yeah. Especially
Um,
now, I'm just like they've recouped any overhead cost that's been recouped from making bricks. It's just like anybody trying to tell me that it's like it costs them more to make this bigger one than the smaller one, and like it doesn't cost
and
nothing.
and
It costs the same at this point for Lego. It's just like
right, and
it's like
even more than
nothing,
that. But even more than
nothing.
that,
You know.
they're charging more for their own stuff, and that's
Mm-hmm.
what I've noticed. The trend is city stuff, friend stuff. You know what I mean? Ninjago has kept things pretty reasonable, but even Ninjago definitely can get up there.
Okay, yeah.
So it's their own stuff too, man. Or whether their adult line, you know what I mean, or whatever. I don't know. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah,
People can definitely throw
that's
out the
that's another reason why they're going fancy schmancy black boxes, so they can go like, we can add 15% to the price of these products because of the fancy schmancy box, and
right.
people will pay it because they're like, oh damn, look at the box, this is premium. And it's just like, all right.
Yeah. So, hi Red Carnage. Thanks for being here. I'm glad you made it. So I was just reading everybody else's comments here. Yeah, so um yeah, and one of the things that you brought up that I thought was pretty good, and I wanted to research it a little bit more because I want everybody to understand that when I say stuff about Lego being expensive, I do also take into consideration other factors. Okay. I know that making a new mold costs money. All right. Now the cost can vary, but the thing to understand about some of these arguments that we make, okay, a mold costs a lot of money, but you are profiting $4 to $6 billion a year. That's profit. That's not cost. That's not, your employees. That's not, your bricks. That's not your plastic. That's not their distribution. Like that's your profit margin.
Yep, I think that covers the cost of the mold. Yep, it covers the cost.
So if they lowered the price, because it isn't, look, and just like any business, when they charge more to something, it's not to cover just the cost of the mold. Look, when I hire painters to do work for us, okay, and they charge us for materials, they don't charge us like if the paint costs them $30, they charge us $30. They charge us like $40 because they're going to make money off buying the materials. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Now we can argue semantics, you know what I mean, and say, okay, that's wrong or right or whatever, you know what I mean? That's not the point. But that's what I'm saying about like when they charge us, to say to cover the cost of the mold, they're not just covering the cost of the mold. Okay. They're going to make a profit off of it. Because Lego is just like any other corporation, man. They have to continuously keep making quarterly profits. Okay. I've mentioned this plenty of times, man. They don't want to go in the red and they don't like to stay stagnant. You've got to keep going up.
Yep. It's got to be yep.
They keep, and it's not just them, all these corporations, like they have to keep finding ways. Now you can't always just cut budget. You can't always just cut staff because you need your people to run your business. You know what I mean? So there are different ways you think of doing it, whether it's making something kind of, you might make a cereal box a little bit thinner so it doesn't hold quite as much cereal. You know what I mean? You might raise the price of that minifig $1 more. You know what I mean? Like, and the thing that Lego does is like what Doc mentioned, is Lego is a quality product. Don't get me wrong. Just like other quality products. So I don't mind that they cost money. I want Lego to make money, obviously. But they are in the business where they're in the frame of mind where they can be snooty about their product and say we have a high quality product, so we're going to make you pay a high quality price, and they can justify it by saying it's a high quality product and saying like only the best is us, blah blah blah, all the stuff they say, and they know a lot of people will still buy the stuff, myself included.
Yep.
I look forward to a day when I'm like, okay, that's it, man. You guys have crossed the line. I can't pay that much for something. And they also are not dumb, dude. Lego knows how to market. They know how to get their hooks on us and pull us in. Whether it's double VIP points or gift with purchase, or or they know. Once they start selling these things, you're going to want all of them. You know what I mean? They know these things. They put a lot of money into research and people to find these things out. And again, I don't want anybody to think I'm saying it's bad because it's not illegal or anything. You know what I mean? And I like gift with purchases and double VIP points, but they know, like I said, it's an addiction. Look, I'm sure most of you out there, I'm preaching to the choir. I feel like most of us know that at least on different levels, some more than others, we're addicted to Lego. I'm pretty sure almost all of us, at least at one time, have bought some Lego when we probably knew we shouldn't have, man.
Oh hell yeah.
I mean, I'm probably the worst one out of all of us, and that I can think of right now, maybe. Because yeah, I've really definitely got a problem. I've been really proud. I've been really proud of myself lately. I've really I haven't bought any Lego since. I mean, it's at least been a good few weeks.
Okay, they are people are demanding a sequel apparently.
Oh,
Apparently that's something that you do a lot. You do a lot of polls now.
Yeah, I know, but a couple people were complaining a little bit because when you look at the stream on the phone, like the polls like really big or annoying or something like that.
Yes. A lot of
So
times, and
I
then a
was
lot of
trying
times
to.
it won't go away. Sometimes you got to wait a couple of minutes, and then it will finally be able to dismiss it. Dismiss it.
Because
It will
I
freeze the chat, and then the chat's
because
frozen.
I thought there was a little option that says close poll, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Yes, there is.
But
sometimes
anyways, so
it messes with the chat.
yeah, it doesn't mean I'm gonna never do one again. I was just trying to lean back a little bit because I know I can throw out a lot of polls. I can throw just dumb polls sometimes. It's just
Well, throw one out there just now. Should I? Yeah, make a poll. Should I do polls? Yes, no, maybe.
All right, we definitely got it. Let me see what we got going on here.
This poll is for Will Harper. He asked for it.
All right, I got you. Let's go to that poll.
I mean, he put 5 question marks, and he was just like, no poll, question mark.
Should I continue?
So he's serious. But yeah, they keep making, I keep, complaining about how they make expensive sets, just like that, that Spider-Man polybag has 77 pieces in it, for $4.99. And then that, that stunt set, the stunt track set has 34 pieces, 77 pieces in it. It's going to be $34.99. And so it's just kind of like, wow,
Yeah, and I know
like,
some people
wow,
don't
huge disconnect.
Me.
Just insane.
No, some people don't believe me, man. But I truly believe Lego's bubble is going. Their bubble is going to burst, man.
Oh hell yeah!
It's going to happen. And that the whole thing too about like.
Sigh.
I love High's poll. Thanks, man. I thought everybody loved my poll, but I mean, I try and get it. I try and make it really good and get it in there so everybody can really get it all. All right, wait a minute. All right, I forgot. This is morning. All right, I can't be talking like that. Anyways, yeah, I think that it's just odd to me, man, that look, if you don't make a lot of money, yeah, you can look for a deal at Walmart. Because look, we know you can find some incredible deals at Walmart, but we are like hunters, dude. And look, I hunt Lego. I have an alternate ego called Lego Hunter B. You know what I mean? I hunt, and even I have trouble finding them sometimes, unless I am just on that, man. You know what I mean? And even when I'm on that, I still have a hard time finding it, unless you're talking like a 10% or something. But at 10%, like instead of $20, it's like $16 or something. Like, okay, look, if you don't have a lot of money, that's not really going to be helping you out. You know what I mean? I guess it might a little bit, but so my point is, for a company that's supposed to be all about the kids and playing with the kids and all the kids around the world and stuff like that, dude, most of the kids around the world are poor as crap, man. So why are you making your product so goddamn expensive?
More adults are into it.
Well, it's easy for us, but it's not even easy for us. But
because even some of the 4+ I've seen lately are $50 a box.
Oh, you talking about the animal ones and stuff?
Yep.
I know. I wanted to get them, and I'm like,
4+, it's $50. You got to be shitting me. Pardon my French. Good morning, Victor.
It's okay. Look, it's just like on television. You can get away with the S-bomb here or there.
Oh, I'm telling you. When
I
seen that price, I was like, you got to be kidding me. It's 4+. You got what? 15 to 20 blocks in there?
Mm-hmm.
The rest are animals?
Yeah. I mean, and that's, I don't know, man. I don't know. Because, again, I don't feel like it's a lot of gray area. Because, again, I'm all about capitalism, okay? I think capitalism can get way out of control. I don't think capitalism should touch politics or, government. You know what I mean? I think that's very dangerous. But I am all for supply and demand. And I am also for, if I don't like Lego, I don't have to buy it. The problem is I'm addicted to it. So I haven't been able to break that habit. And I don't want to, man, because the company makes me mad, but I love Lego, man. I love building with them. You know, they make awesome stuff. But to say that Lego is a cheap product, man, is an oxymoron, man. It's not. It is not. Anybody, dude, every time I talk to anybody that's not really into Lego, you know, like they're not that they hate it, they're just not in it like us, you know, like they look at it from the outside and they all I have never had anybody tell me, yeah, Brandon, yeah, that Lego's pretty reasonably priced, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's not expensive. What are you talking about? They always tell me Lego's expensive.
Yes.
It's and again, I just feel like you're only gonna ride this train for so long, and again, maybe it's different regions of the country, but like I have a couple Walmarts out of the maybe dozen that are within the 20-mile range or so for me. There's a couple of them where, yeah, they seem to sell out, but most of them, their shelves are really starting to overflow, man. Because A, people aren't buying them fast enough, and B, Lego just keeps pumping sets out, man. They just keep pumping stuff out, dude. And like Target and Lego, man, they're so full of sets now. Again, it's different parts of the country. It's different times. Depends on what kind of sales and clearances you got going on. But I just feel like that's going to start being more and more common. So we'll see.
Yeah. Hey, I gotta wander away. Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for being here, Doc.
Oh, yeah, it was good seeing you too, Chef.
Good seeing you, Doc. Have a good day.
Yeah, us bald guys got to stick together against, the tyranny of BFAB. You hear a sigh? I'm talking about you too. All right, see you guys.
Later, brother. That's so funny. I am going to be winding down. I can't go for 3 hours a day. I got to get some stuff done. So, which kind of leads me to something else I was going to mention too, because I finally finished my masking for my stop motion. So I'm getting ready. I already uploaded it into my editing program. I'm almost done chopping it up so I can have my solid timeline, and then I'm going to finalize the script and send it out. I know a couple people that were going to do some voices for me are wondering about it, but I'm not trying to make excuses, but I've literally been having like 70, 75-hour work weeks, and I am just dead tired. And because we've had different things going on. So one of the things has just been just pure bad luck, if you want to call it that, where my techs, so when you're a tech, you're only on call for like, a week at a time, you know what I mean? Until it's like, it's your turn again. But when you're the boss, you're on call all the time. Now, I'm not on call the same way, like where I get calls like they do, but I don't ever have a day off from being a call. You know what I mean? So lately, there's just been a lot of calls that they've had to involve me in. So like if a water heater leaks, I'll get a contractor out here for them after hours and stuff. One of like the last one that leaked, I guess it was leaking pretty bad. So my tech called me and he was on his way, but it's still going to take him about 20 minutes or so. So he's asking me if I can go shut the water off. I was just getting ready to eat dinner, man. So, I of course I help him out, but like I get over there and like hot water is like shooting out the top of it. So I'm trying to get to where the shut off valve is and get my wrench in there, you know what I mean? And like try and shut this thing off, and hot water spraying everywhere. It's just like, oh my God. Of course, like it's on the second floor, so it's flooding their apartments, flooding downstairs. And so there's been a lot of that. Multiple water heaters.
Yeah.
Somebody pulled a fire alarm the other day, so the fire department called me. So I had to, deal with that. So like there's just been a lot of emergencies I've been dealing with after hours, which is preventing me from like doing my stop motion stuff or whatever. And then on top of that, we've had all these inspections going on. So like every night, like I have to put away and then pull like hundreds of keys to get them all ready and stuff, and like get like all this paperwork and stuff ready. It's just, and then like normally I usually put in at least about an hour, a couple hours, you know what I mean, after hour work anyways, to like catch up on like paperwork or ordering or scheduling. So just unfortunately a lot of things have been happening all at once, and then trying to also deal with stuff like we're buying the house, and so I just have not had like any free time. Dude, thank you so much. So again, I don't like to say things like that because it really sounds like excuses, but also I like to make sure I tell people things that are reality, not just things that they want to hear. I would like to have more free time, and I'm trying to work on that, but I don't have anything I can really say at the moment. So
No free time for you.
not at the moment. Not at the moment. All right, let's check on this poll, see what everybody's going on now.
I forgot you placed one.
Yeah. So we got 13 votes. And 62% say yes, 38% say no. All right. We'll just keep that going and see where this poll takes us. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not like it's a definite thing. Like, I mean, because come on, man, to say that I'll never do another poll again is kind of ridiculous. But if you guys really felt strongly about it, I definitely would make them a lot less. Make them only for something that's like really important, you know. I still got to figure out how I'm going to get you guys to help me figure out about the drawing thing. I'll probably do that online or something, maybe. I mean, like on Instagram or something like that. I don't know how many options I can put on the poll on here.
Usually it's an option.
Huh?
Nothing.
Oh. So, Chef, like I was saying, once I move, I'll give you my new address so we can send each other stuff. Same thing with Blacksmith. I know he left already, but once I move, I'll let Blacksmith know. I'll start talking to him about swapping the cargo train and the Lambo. Also, Macro, I haven't read your message yet, but I'll get with you about the drawing thing you're mentioning. I'll let you know if it's something, something I'll be able to do or not. We get highest poll shoved in our face every time we join a live stream. And I'm not even making you pay extra for it, so so yeah.
That's a perk.
I really need to figure out how I'm going to set up this Lego room too, man.
On my free time, I've been downsizing all the Legos I have in the apartment to the storage.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm acquiring too many inside this little apartment.
How long
I've been here a year.
Oh. Yeah. I was like, time flies, don't it?
Yeah. So I had to get another storage.
We need to
for Lego.
Yeah. We need to
I think whatever I have left next year at Virginia Brick Fair, I'm just gonna buy a table. So all my used sets and bags like they did.
Oh. Yeah, we'll see where I'm at by the time that rolls around.
We still got time. I'm gonna try to get rid of a lot of it. At least half. I want to get rid of half.
Yeah. See, it'll be a lot easier once I get in the new house, because then I can spread out and see, do I want to keep this? Do I want to keep that?
I'm at the point if it don't fit in my city, then I'm
Well,
gonna get rid of it.
that's how I was, and then now that I'm doing the stop motion, I just don't know what I would need. You know what I mean? Like if a story pops in my head, I'm like, man, I really need this. Just maybe something completely random. You know?
Well, I'll send you a PDF. I got lots of things.
So yeah, and I agree. I think that this year, I think you and I should do the collaborative skate park.
I think that would be fun. I didn't
agree.
see one last year.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's what we should do.
And we can fill a table or a half a table. That'd be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. And we'll brainstorm, but maybe there's something even. I don't know. I feel like we could probably literally make just a big skate park. Maybe even make, I don't know, maybe make one side have some bleachers. I'm not 100% sure yet, but we don't need that because, like I said, I don't want to do it like an Xbox games thing, just like a skate park. And actually, now that I think about it, I think we should do a skate park and have a sidewalk and maybe even a street next to it. So you can see how it's like maybe like on the corner of a street, like this big fenced in area or something like that. Yeah, I think that is a really good idea. Now, I will tell you, Chef, probably next year, well, not next year because next year would be the next Brick Fair, but the one after that is probably when I'll start working on the Star Wars mountain base, because I really want to build that damn thing.
Yeah. I did a dog park recently. Stick on a corner.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that would be super awesome. So, Will, I appreciate you telling everybody to hit the like button. So I was getting ready to throw my banner, my get to know the like button banner, and it's still on what was that I made when we were on Brick, the Hive stream. For whatever reason, I wrote that.
We're probably being bad.
Probably. So yeah, I'm not changing the banner right now. Will says he just bought a 6-foot table. Oh, so that's something else too. I may have some of these folding tables. Will, do you need any of these? Or Chef, do you need some?
I do not at the moment. I'm getting rid of my tables inside here.
Because I need just the flat tables, man. I can't. Some of these are okay, but I mean, and don't get me wrong. If you have like a piece of board on it, it's fine.
Mine look more like a U right now with all the crap on top of it.
Yeah. I mean, Will, if you need more tables, let me know. Because I'm probably gonna have to buy some new ones anyways. But I have some. I can't remember how many I have because we took some to storage. I also have a shelf that I bought kind of like this, except it's short and wide. I never even put it together. I bought it when we came in this apartment, so I'd have more stuff to put Lego on. Upside down. What are you saying? I can't wait to see the new Lego room and how you organize the space. That stuff's really entertaining to me for some reason. No, man, I love it too. I love watching people's videos like that. Because check this out. So I decided. All right, let me show you guys because it's just easier to show you. Let me get there. I decided what to do with the poles in the Lego room. Which
that stuff's no good for you.
Where is it? Oh, here it is. So I've seen other people do this, and I want to say Brixie was the person I saw doing it. I can't remember. But let me bring the house up. Okay. All right, hold on a minute. All right, I got that set up. Let's share. Okay. Put it on full screen so we can see. Okay. Oh my gosh, this thing is here. I can't. Where is it? Okay, like come around the corner, not that. Even though I really want to buy the Batwing now, just put it there. All right, that I'm trying to get to where it's not fuzzy. All right, these two poles. So I think I am going to put all of the hold on a minute, talk on it. All right, here we go. I think I'm going to put all of the Duplo bricks that when everybody donates and becomes members and stuff like that. So I think I'm going to put those around the poles. Because I've been mentioning before about how all the ones that I have so far are when somebody has donated or become a member. Anybody that's donated any money at all in any kind of way to the channel, I have put their name, you know what I mean, on one of these Duplo bricks. And my plan was, so I don't want to write it and then like have to erase it, or write it and then have to get something new to put on, you know what I mean? Like my goal was I wanted them to always be visible in some way. So I'm going to write somebody's name on every brick every single time they donate. And obviously I have to go back and reread all of them. And I bought more Duplo bricks off of Sands, and I have more that Sands is going to sell to me. I haven't even opened them yet because I've been moving and everything. It just didn't make any sense right now. So yeah, I'm going to have a night when we get in a new house where I literally just go through every single donation on the channel and just like, and let's say, for instance, Macro. Macro, you've already got definitely a brick already. Macro, thank you so much. God, it's so great. But for instance, okay, so Macro, let's just use him for an example. So he's all right, I don't want to waste too much time looking right now, but he's already got a brick. I know I've made him a brick already. But he's donated more than once. So I can't think without looking, but let's say Macro's donated 10 times. Okay. So that means he's going to have 10 individual bricks with his name on it. So that was the whole point, was like, I wanted everybody to be able to literally see any time anybody has donated any money to this channel. And I don't say this to as a slight to anybody else how they do it or anything like that. But again, I didn't want it to disappear. You know what I mean? I wanted you to always see there's a brick with your name on it. So that being said, with the poles in the Lego room, I was going to literally like just make, make a pillar of bricks around each pole or pillar. I don't know the right way to say it, but you know what I mean? So like I would just wrap them around like that. That's why I said I feel like I've seen people do that before. I'm just not 100% sure who did it or when I saw it, but I was like, that's a great idea, because at first I was just gonna make like a big wall, which I might still do, I guess. It depends. I obviously, if the pillars go all the way up, and then I do the other one, they go all the way up, I'll need to put more bricks somewhere. So yeah, I'll probably just end up making just a whole wall about it. So that's what I was going to do as far as the poles down in the Lego room. Just making sure you should cap it at 1. What do you mean? I'm not sure what you mean, cap it at 1. Like cap it at 1 brick? I'm not sure. Going to McDonald's. See you later. Oh, bye, Cy. Enjoy your McDonald's. Willie said just got one. Yeah, I just didn't know if you need more, or if you want to take that one back, get your money back, and I can just give you one. It's up to you. But yeah, if you need one, let me know, man. Bricks on the pole. Should cap it at 1. So you don't get some floating it up. Oh, you mean like if somebody bought did it 50 times or something, and had 50 bricks on there? Like, you're saying I shouldn't have 50 of the same name or something on the.
True. All right, I gotta go. I got a call.
All right, thanks for hanging,
Thanks.
Chef. You have a good day,
Thanks
brother.
for having me.
Hey,
have a good
as
day,
always.
everybody.
I don't know, Macro. I mean, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I don't want to discourage anybody, because that was the whole point. Was I wanted to solidify, their names. You know what I mean? So if somebody wanted their name a bunch of times on the wall, they could do it. But I can spread them out too. I mean, obviously, if only one person's ever donated again, I wouldn't be able to spread anything out or something. But I feel like I could spread them out pretty good. I mean, especially once but I don't know. Like I said, if let's say I had both the poles wrapped, okay, and then I started on the wall. We'll do a wall in the background. You know what I mean? If somebody wanted to see their name a bunch of times back there, I mean, I feel like I shouldn't deny them of it, though. You know what I mean? But I do see what you're saying. I would definitely want to try and spread them out the best I can, so it looks better. Macro, stop it! Stop it! He's so funny. Yeah. I don't know. It's Macro. He says rapid free tap. Don't worry, Macro. You've donated a lot to my channel, man. You definitely have a lot of bricks coming. There's no doubt about that. Besides, I'm getting ready to end the stream too. So anyways, it's been a great stream. Got to talk about some good stuff. I enjoyed our talks today about visions and our what if discussions. I do apologize if I spoiled anything for anybody. That's why I definitely wanted to try and get some warnings out there. But there's such good shows, you know what I mean? And there's just so much to talk about. I feel like we didn't even really dive deep into the what if stuff. We talked about individual episodes, but just the overall, the canon part of it and the connections to the MCU. I feel like this is gonna kind of wrap up right before No Way Home, Spider-Man No Way Home coming up, and then obviously Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. So there's a lot going on, and I'm glad they're doing it because, again, I've mentioned before about how they're going to have to figure something out for the Avengers, because we're not going to have Cap and Iron Man, and I don't know if left or not. He seems to be hanging out with Guardians of the Galaxy out in space. So, just all these new characters we have to try and pull from. I personally think they're gonna do a Young Avengers. That just seems real obvious at this point with all the younger generation of superpowered kids coming up. So a lot going on, a lot to discuss with all that stuff. I'm also excited, obviously about moving into their house. I need to take a little bit of time off because I have been really itching to do a 24-hour stream. And in that 24-hour stream, I'm going to build the UCS Boba Fett's starship. Oh gosh. Oh, thanks, Seth. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to build Macro his own guest house. I also need to get me a PO box because I really want you guys to send me some sig figs, man. I mean, I have a handful of them, but I really like to put you guys, in the stop motions and in the city and stuff like that. Boba Fett Starship is my favorite ship from the prequel trilogy, right? Lego's so crazy. So, anyways, all right, we're gonna wrap it up. I do want to thank all my guests that were on the panel today. Definitely go and check out their channels. Got good stuff. Doc's been putting out a lot of videos lately. But yeah, definitely go check out everybody. It's definitely a good thing. And check out each other. You go out there and check each other's channels out and subscribe to each other. I mean, I always talk about how it's difficult to always watch everybody's content. There's a lot of us out there and stuff, but one of the best ways, you can, and the easiest ways to support somebody is just go subscribe to them and help be a pillar in their, and a brick in their pillar, but yeah, like I said, it's good to support each other as best we can, be a nice tight community. So yeah, thank you again, everybody on the panel. Thank you to everybody that was here today. I very appreciate all of you being here, much more than you probably realize. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next stream.